you kept apologizing for being upset and, whatever. And it was so moving to all of us because we can all understand how much and how difficult it is to miss your family. And you telling the stories, for you, because you are an international person, it really hit home for you, bringing up all these pieces and showing pieces, even if it was just show and tell, that, meant a lot to you. And it was really exciting that I saw, thanks, Mel, you are fantastic. It was really exciting. I know that Felicia had bought a really special necklace of yours, a set, I think it actually was, of necklace and earrings. And she talked about in her live how much she would be treasuring that, which is, that's what we're doing here in Lily Works, here on District, is we're just making connections. We're making friends and bonding and supporting each other. And that was just the true definition of what it's all about. I warn you, I didn't put an ounce of lotion on my hands. I crushed my finger in the door. Do you see that? Right before I went live. I can't even make it not. There we go. You know how you accidentally squeeze it when the door's shutting and your finger gets shut? So that was really nice. What is the elephant made out of? Well, actually, he's just made out of wood. He was bought from TJ Maxx. It was one of the pieces my daughter took to decorate her college room, and then as well as this globe, as well as this. And then, of course, they go back to college the next year and they decide that they have a complete different idea of how they want to decorate. So all those things stay home. So I went and raided her decor. None of this is vintage. None of this is antique. It's all just my daughter's stuff that I stole, to give us the around the world aesthetic. So, yeah. To go on the whole concept of around the world, I'm enjoying homemade pizza by my husband, which I didn't get to finish, but I'll sort of try to munch on that, as well as maybe going into, the Italian or the French world of enjoying a glass of wine. And so I'm just getting completely into the culture here as we get ready to go around the world. And, we even have added music. This thing won't shut up. It just keeps singing to me. See? It just keeps going. I don't even know what it must be, because I move it. If I keep shaking it, maybe it'll just keep singing. I don't know. Anyways, so I am ready today. My husband was so cute because earlier today, he actually just came back from a week-long business trip where his job where he works, he's kind of the upper level of work people there, and they all went on this trip where the owner of the company actually owns a plane, and so the three of them went on this plane over to Europe. And I don't even know if I can name all the places. He went to Amsterdam, he went to Paris, there was like 4 or 5 different places that he went in all of about 5 days, just business, like wake up, business, drive here, new flight, go to this place, wake up, eat breakfast, drive here, meet these people. It was just like go, 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 go. He didn't really get to do much touristy stuff, but he was so cute because he knew I was doing this around the world thing. And right when I was, sitting there like pricing and doing all my pre-bidding stuff for tonight, he comes in and he brings me this money that I guess he got from this trip. I bet 10 euros is probably worth about 10 cents. I don't know what the translation is, and even what country he was in at this time. So I guess I don't even know. Someone probably knows. Come on, chime in there. Felicia, because I know you probably know, but I want you to know also, and I think I've mentioned that my parents live in Australia, and like that's where my dad lives, and so I go to Australia all the time, and so I always have Australian money sitting around. So I just thought I'd show you a little bit of currency to get in the around the world vibe. And what's cool about the Australian currency? Euro is English money. Well, could that also be Paris? Because I know he didn't go to England, but he went to Paris, he went to Amsterdam, he went to a whole bunch of places. I don't remember where he went. You see, I don't pay attention. I'm a terrible wife. I don't pay, I don't pay attention to the details of the country he's visiting. Euro is all over. Got it. Okay. But what's kind of unique about Australian money? So their money is really cool because they've got this sort of see-through stuff, and that's all cool. But the different bills, like let's say you were blind and you were trying to figure out which bill was which. Well, all of our bills here in America are all the same size, even though the value of them is very different. Well, in Australia, their bills have different sizes. So I bet you the smaller bills are worth less money. I don't know. I don't have them all next to me. These are the only two I have. But I just thought that was very interesting. And another thing about Australian currency regarding like the coins is they don't actually use pennies in Australia. So their smallest coin is like a 5 cent piece. Let's see if I have one. All of these are some Australian ones. I don't know. I think these are from other countries too. Oh my goodness. I don't even know where that is from. A krona? Where is that one? That's not Australia. Where's that one from? A Titan? 1 krona? Kronung? Okay, somebody who's traveled across might have an idea of where that one's from. But you see, I have some from several countries because, I mean, we've just traveled some different countries. Let's see where this one's from. 2 FR, is that like 2 francs? I don't know. What country is this from? You see, why don't they have the name on it to just scream out? I bet you our American money doesn't either. And I'm sitting here. It says Helvetia. I don't know. I don't know what country that's from. Help me, people. Okay. But I do know that this is Australian. I do know that this is Australian. Uh, that's a Queen Elizabeth Canadian dollar. So there's that. What do we got here? More Canada money. Queen Elizabeth, this is a $1, a $2. These are all Australia. My point is, I thought I was going to be able to show you a 5 cent piece from Australia, because in Australia, that is, krona is Swedish. Well, that's where my husband just came from. He was in Sweden as well. But where is this one from? $1. Let's see what that says. It says Elizabeth II. Oh, that's still Australia. Oh, that's the dollar from Australia. But what I was saying, you see, my name's Curry. I get distracted so easy. I literally have ADD. I'm all over the place. So just try to rein me in. But my point of my story was that Australia doesn't do pennies, that their smallest coin is a 5 cent, and that they either round up to the next 5 cent or they round back down to the last 5 cent. And so that's kind of cool because they don't have, all these random pettings sitting all over the place, which obviously when you're rounding up half the time and rounding down half the time, it all works out the same. It's 6 of one, half a dozen of another. My grandmother used to always say that. But anyways, there's some international around the worldness that I clearly knew nothing about. I'm glad I got that moment with you. Okay, here we go. So, I took notes tonight. I don't even know if I can even find it on one of my things, but I was trying to think about, okay, around the world, everybody is going to be doing the same stuff because, we're all going to do cloisonne. Okay, well, let me just do it this. I'm going to do it backwards then, because I know where all these things come from, like traditionally. But now that you guys have spent a whole day, Pitter Paw says I have some bills from Iraq from when my husband was deployed. Now that is amazing. I'm so glad you kept some of those. I'm sure he's got amazing memories, that good and bad, from that experience. But it is still neat that he brought back some of those things. That's really amazing. I love when you guys are in the chat and tell me all this. Krona is Swedish. Thank God for Hannah keeping me straight. She's always keeping me straight. But let's see if this saved to my notes. I was going to just see if my notes that I took on tonight, I was just going to test you guys on your knowledge from the day, because, all of our sellers brought you stuff from all over the world. Some things I won't even have in here because, somebody's got fancier jewelry than me, but I've got like all the basics, you know what I mean? And of course, oh, I do have it in here. Okay. So let me just ask you a few questions before I even get started on selling, that I know you guys, you brilliant jewelry enthusiasts in the chat will chime in on these things, okay? So, for example, easy peasy. Where is Murano glass from? Venetian Murano glass. What country is that from? Tell me, quick, quick, everyone. Tell me, answer, because I know all of you know. I will be bringing you tonight some Murano glass from around the world, which is in fact from, come on, Hannah. Come on. You can't wait on this. You're like the professional. We all know Murano glass is from, I'm waiting. Hannah, where did you go? For goodness sake. Thank you. I know. Hannah's there somewhere too. It is, in fact, from Italy. I've never been there. I would love to go to Italy. I would love to visit that place, specifically where they make the glass. Um, but it's been really fun to learn about Murano glass, Venetian glass. I guess it's a different name for it. I have watched a lot of Hannah, by the way. Let me just give her a shout out. She is in this chat. Go follow her if you don't already know. She's a new member of the Lilyworks community here at District. But she's come over from YouTube because she has a YouTube channel. And that's how I met her, because I also have a YouTube channel, which is also called Cherish Charlotte's Boutique. But if you go to her channel, you'll find out it's called, well, you see her in the chat. It's the same name as she has in the chat, Fleurs de Montaigne. You'll see that she has a lot of, kind of like, learning videos about different types of glass beads. I don't know. I like hearing you be impatient. Oh, that's nice. Okay. Hey there, Mikkel, Glasgow. Thanks for coming in and watching over from YouTube. All right. So we know that that's where Murano glass comes from. Great. What about Damascene? All our smarty pants people. We see a lot of Damascene jewelry. We've seen some today. And we all know that Damascene traditionally is from what country? Now, you can get some lookalikes. Some tonight will be from this country that I'm going to show you, and some will probably be some lookalikes. But Felicia, love, there you go. Come on, somebody tell me, where's Damascene from? Maybe I'm pronouncing it wrong. It is from what country? I'm waiting. Come on, someone else answer. It is from Spain. I'm waiting for someone to answer. Okay, so we're going to move on from there. Tonight, I was also going to try to bring you some gyoshi, which I was learning the pronunciation of that earlier today by some friends in the chat. But I just got too busy listing all my other stuff. I forgot to grab any gyoshi style jewelry, which actually is a jewelry making style. It's a kind of technique used where they put patterns in the metal behind glass. It doesn't have to be behind glass. Gyoshi can be just on metal, but when glass is also put over it, it's still called gyoshi. So I do know that. Another thing I'm bringing you tonight, it's only one thing, but I'm bringing you a colada ring. Where's a colada ring from traditionally? A colada ring, a lot of people, I see people with those, and sometimes they use them as engagement or wedding rings, but they're traditionally from Ireland. Very good. That's right. You guys are on top of it. A lot of people today showed jewelry that was from Taxco or alpaca jewelry. A lot of times those jewelry items are not sterling silver. They'll have what's called, I see you selling the necklace I asked about. Okay, yes. So you'll have to bid on it then, Hannah. No pressure. I'm just kidding. I don't want to give you pressure. But with Taxco and alpaca, those jewelry types are not actually sterling silver. It's what they call Mexican silver, which isn't fully sterling silver. But that does not mean jewelry from Mexico, as Maria shared earlier today, um, uh, isn't sterling silver, because a high percentage of the gorgeous jewelry that is made in Mexico is actually made of sterling silver. I believe that the Mexican silver, as they call it, it's not sterling silver, has a percentage of sterling silver in it, but it's mixed with a lot of, yes, alpaca and Taxco. It's mixed with some other alloys, like you said. That is correct. Very good. You are all knowledgeable. You're on it. I love it, Kristen, and I love watching your show. Thank you for doing that and joining us. You were like, let's get it going. Come on. Okay, sign up. And how did you already have district, how did you already have district mastered and how to list items and how to duplicate? You must have got a quick little lesson from either Rachel or your friend Felicia, because that was pretty. I'm a lunatic. Okay, well I am too. We're all in the same world there. Okay, so let me keep moving here. We have a lot of things, and you know what? Tonight I'm obsessive. Yeah, aren't we all? I have a lot of things tonight that are actually Native American. You know what? This is around the world. And obviously, Native American inspired things are actually from our country because, uh, I don't know traditionally where Native Americans came from. There's probably somebody really smart like Felicia that might know this. But, the whole, uh, Thanksgiving and the traditional first Thanksgiving meal, and they shared it with the Native Americans. They were here first. And so, I kind of think of them as the American historical people who were like the traditional people of the American world before the United States became the United States. And so, yes, in fact, I am going to bring some, Native American pieces because you know what? America is also part of the world. I know, shocking. Yes, we are part of it. We are there. So I will be bringing you that. I'll be bringing you some Western Germany pieces. I didn't find as many as I wanted. I have a lot, but I just ran out of time. I will be bringing you some made in Austria pieces. I know that will hit home and be awesome for Rachel, who is a lover of Austrian jewelry. I will be bringing you a ton of cloisonne tonight. What country traditionally is cloisonne from? Come on, you smarty pants people. Share that with me. Cloisonne. Now that doesn't mean cloisonne jewelry can't be um uh that doesn't mean cloisonne can't be made in other countries. It's not Germany, but traditionally cloisonne comes from. I'll wait for someone to answer. But I love how Pitter Paws is in here and answering because being a teacher myself, I would way rather someone, and it doesn't mean cloisonne. Maybe Germany also makes some cloisonne type jewelry, but I know traditionally and where we're all used to it is coming from China. I think China is traditionally the country that has, there's a lot of cloisonne, even like, vases and trinket things and, definitely a lot of jewelry that come from China. It's ancient technique, not sure where it was originated. Well, this gives us some homework, doesn't it? For maybe when I come back tomorrow, if I found out it wasn't traditionally from, you know, uh, China, but I know we're very familiar with a lot of cloisonne coming from China. I will have some check glass beads, which also obviously are, you know, similar in some ways to the art made glass beads of, Murano glass beads. And I know there's even glass beads that are made, right? Correct me, Hannah, if I'm wrong, but you've also pointed out some glass beads that were from like Japan or even some Asian countries. So I will have a few Egyptian things tonight as well. I have so much. I just touched the tippy top of stuff I already have. So I will get started. And, leave it to me. Of course, I have to have some trivia going on too. So everyone, go put on your comfortable pajamas. It's 9:20 at night. Let's get comfy. Yes, I love Japanese beads. Awesome. And you've taught me about some Japanese beads that I sold actually, that you helped me identify them. It reminds me of the hex signs. What does? Remind me. Tell me real quick, Pitter Paws. The hex signs meaning cloisonne remind you of that? I'll let you type. And by the way, thank you for being, yes, okay. And by the way, thank you. I see your star. Um, but all those people that you guys see in the chat, let me just remind you real quick. I'm putting my finger up as I look in the chat. I see all these people with stars by their name. That means that there's people in the Lilyworks community that have joined her memberships. You can go onto the main page of Lilyworks in District, and you can read about the benefits of her different memberships that can, the higher level membership is, I think, like the Emerald membership, where you can get like a discount in the amount of like percentage cut that maybe Rachel takes when you sell things. But definitely go check it out. And real quick, before I forget to say, Rachel wanted me to remind everybody because she wasn't sure. She's not feeling well. I don't know if she's actually still here, but I love that Kristen's doing the research. Okay, I'll read that in 1 second. You are a rock star. Okay. Hey, Beachy Brand, thanks for coming in. Rachel wanted me to remind you that this is your last opportunity. My show is your last opportunity. But the person who spends the most money from all of the trains today um, will be the winner of, I believe I'm trying to remember what stone. It's a blue stone. It was like a brooch or a pendant. Someone tell me in the chat. Um, that she's going to give as a giveaway to the person who had the highest amount of purchases, as well as I believe there is a 25. Thank you, Felicia. It's Larimar, and I know Larimar the stone, but I just couldn't remember which one she showed. And then we also thank so graciously Kathy, one of our very involved members in the Lilyworks Marketplace, also donated a $25 gift card. Melody, you told me the 25, I think it's an Amazon $25 gift card. So there's your reminder, everyone. And there we go. So we got all of that business out of the way. We've thoroughly, as I take a bite, gotten to know each other for any of the new people coming in. And I'm going to get started. And you know me, I'm a little misorganized. I got my little baggies. I did all my listings. And when you put your listings on, all your pre-bids, which are a fantastic thing to know. Some of you in the chat may not know what pre-bids are, so let me explain it real quick. For those of us that are getting ready to do a live, and this will be helpful for Kristen to know, because there's no way she could have known this already unless she's like a genius. But you can do pre-bids with District where you can go in and put what your listings are going to be, and you can attach them to your live stream even before the stream starts. And people can go into your profile on District, and they can go in and do a bid before the show even starts. They don't even actually have to attend the show to win a bid. They go in and they put the max amount of what they'd be willing to pay for an item. So those of you that are new to District or not aware of this, pre-bids are very helpful to help you in your sales and your shows. So definitely take advantage of that because it's super important. So people can know the kind of things you're going to bring. They can see the items you're going to bring to auction before the auction, okay? And now that we're actually here in the actual live, I don't know if you're looking on a computer or if you're looking on a phone or if you're looking on an iPad, but somewhere on your screen, you will have a little icon that looks like a little store, and it probably has a number next to it also. My icon says 55 because that's how many things I have in my pre-bid listings there. But you can actually click on that and go in and view all the things that I'm going to bring to auction tonight. So if you know that you have to leave at 10 o'clock to go pick your son up from a hockey game and you're worried you're going to miss something, well, go in the pre-bids of anybody's shows, not just mine. I'm not just trying to sell me. Any show you're in, go in and take advantage of those pre-bids. Rachel loves to put pre-bids up, and believe me, she really gets so excited. It's so awesome to see people go in and participate in pre-bids because it just makes her happy. It makes us all happy. But anyways, Kristen says, I always wonder if people referred it to loaded store or just doing unboxing requests. Well, people do different things. Like last night, I did an unjarring of a jewelry jar. I didn't have any pre-bids in there except a couple of huge lots. And we created the listings as we went by just repeating. Tonight, Pack Rat Queen, Felicia was all excited, and I'm proud of you, Pack Rat Queen, because she was able to replicate listings just like that. And it's a really fast way to be able to put other listings up. So people actually do both. And I think people might prefer either one. I think that could be a mixed bag. So mix it up however you do your storage. Sometimes do them, sometimes don't. That's what I do. So let me scroll back real quick to see the awesome research that Kristen did. She said, P.S. Copper nickel zinc alloy originated in Germany in 1823. They wanted to develop an alloy that looks like silver. So are you saying, Kristen, that those alloys or those metals are the things that are put in as the main staple within Mexican silver that can give it, obviously it's got to have some sterling silver in there too because it so much replicates looking like sterling silver, very much look and feels, and even tarnishes like sterling silver. But is that what you were researching? These are the things that are alpaca silver. That's what I thought. Very good. Thank you for looking that up. You are so awesome. We're so happy to have you join us. Yay. Okay, there is no silver in there. Really? There's not one lick of silver in alpaca silver. I thought it had a percentage. You're teaching me. We never stop learning. I know, it's shocking because the look of it is so silver-like and it tarnishes. No lie. It tarnishes like it's silver. But Mexican silver is silver. Okay, now you confused me because I thought what we called alpaca silver or Taxco silver was called Mexican silver. And the silver from Mexico that is sterling silver would say Mexican 925. Right, alpaca silver is not silver. Taxco silver is not silver. But I thought we referred to alpaca and Taxco as Mexican silver. I thought that's what I had learned when I researched it. And that uh, and that there are also items from Mexico that are 925 sterling silver. A lot of that comes from Mexico as well, and that you can have real silver from Mexico. But I guess it's just all the wording or the label that we use. It's synonymous with fine grade 925 silver. Sterling silver, yes. Um, Mexico silver is a marking on items. Okay, so you're referring to Mexican silver as 925. I always thought Mexican silver referred to alpaca or Taxco. Taxco is 925. I didn't know Taxco. I thought Taxco and alpaca will. Oh, now I'm so confused. Taxco is a 925, but alpaca is not. Oh my God, I can't even get started because you've blown my brain. Taxco is a location. Well, what we'll do is when I pull up those items tonight, Taxco is 925. I've misworded it. It's only alpaca that is not sterling silver. Thank you. I've said it wrong the whole time. God bless America. We never stop learning, and we have to be accurate with the things we share. And now I know. Yay. Okay. Well, I'm going to be correct from now on and make sure that I know that. But I also knew, I always thought Mexican sterling silver that was labeled 925. Obviously, that's sterling silver, but I didn't know that Taxco was synonymous with 925. Cool beans. I'm on it. Let's get started. All right. So I'm going to go into my store and I'm going to pull up my very first thing. And guess what? This is from literally America. It's a very simple, just fully copper. It is a copper bangle, but I wanted to bring a couple American things that sort of looked a little bit ethnic, but were made in America. This is not made in any other country, but it does have a mark on it over here where my finger is. And just as, Kristen was struggling tonight, it makes me nuts that on our, district lives that you really can't see super close up very well. So sometimes I bring my little magnifying glass up here. Let's see if we can see it better. You may not be able to see it very well, but the words that are written right there to the right of the little rivet is it says, as I look at my pull up my loop hanging around my neck, it says, hold on, pure copper. Anyways, but just a very simple uh, artisan made. You see, we're starting to get a little bit of, aging there. Patina. But I'm starting this for a very simple $5. If anyone is interested, a very simple bangle. I think I may have forgot to measure it, but it is a bangle, so you don't need a full measure. But right now it kind of sits at 6 3/4. I appreciate everyone taking a look at that. Okay, awesome. I need to grab an extra box to put these listings in. Hold on 1 second. Okay, very good. We're going to move on. Coin silver, often called Mexican silver, I think. So 925 coin silver, the low percentage, and alpaca, no silver, and alloy. Yes, love that. See, we're all learning. Everyone give a clap for all the teachers. And I don't mean teachers that you don't actually have to be a teacher to be a teacher, but all the people around us that are always willing to step in and be like, I got this. Let me help bring this information to you. So, but a hand clap to all of us that are listening. We don't even have to be bringing information, but learning through this. Yes, you never stop learning. Okay, so my next thing in the store um, is from my research, just a very simple Egyptian revival style cross. I don't know if I can correctly pronounce the ANKH because I don't know the pronunciation of this, if there's silent letters or if they make other sounds. And yes, always learning. But yeah, we have an Egyptian revival scarab, a turquoise pendant. I did test it. It is not sterling silver or gold. I did test it. But, that certainly does look like turquoise to me, but I don't know. But it definitely is old. But anyways, I'm going to start the auction on that. Scarab. I don't usually often use that word either. Hey, Felicia, how many countries have you lived in your earlier years? Because I love hearing the stories about all the different countries that you've experienced living in. Thanks for looking at that. Okay, move to save. So this next one, and just from doing a Google search and getting an idea of sort of the value of these, I don't know, these hit about, 45 or $50, but we've got these beautiful, only a few, but travel to many. And I can tell that you definitely are a traveler. And I love hearing your stories of your adventures. I don't love hearing about you breaking your hip or whatever bone that just fractured all over the place. Inlaid mother of pearl, as well as brass, kind of like a bib kind of necklace here. It is about 15 inches. And this is what the back looks like. Definitely vintage for sure. But these are kind of cool because they kind of fold in on themselves, sort of, which is kind of cool. But anyways, yeah, so I did a little research on them, and the ones I found were, they're definitely Indian artisan made. Yeah, and I would find comps around 45-ish. So I'm going to start the auction on that one for anyone who's interested in, adoring a beautiful Indian made, very artisan made necklace around their neck. I think very beautiful. My pinky is killing me from crushing it in the door. Ouch, ouch, ouch. Whoops. That was the joy. And I think the very next one is another one of those, except from, I think it's turquoise instead of mother of pearl. Let me see what I got. And I'm going to go in and even lower the price for you to see if that might possibly make anyone think, gosh, I can't live without that gorgeous necklace. So this one is also an Indian artisan made style necklace. The same thing, the same length, folding up, but a little bit different style. The other one had more floral. Again, brass as well as turquoise that are sort of inlaid in there, some turquoise chips. So I'm going to start that auction there, and it starts at a $12 starting a bid on that one. Sorry, I'm taking a bite of my pizza. Hey, Mel, thanks for keeping things straight for us over there on YouTube and answering the questions for everybody. I appreciate that. All right. Thanks for looking at that, everyone. All right, let's keep going. And by the way, because I'm only going in the order of what district puts all my listings in, we are going to be jumping around the world all over the place. We're going to go from here to here to here to here to here because it's only the order that is in my thing. Because I love going by the order in my store because I don't have to go scroll down and find it. So what I do is before I start my show, I look at what order it decides to put it in, which I think somebody said it was in alphabetical order. I don't know. I don't know if that's true. But so then before the show, I go in and I make little baggies so that all my stuff's in order. Because I hate digging through and trying to find it all the time. Okay, so I spoke earlier about Ireland and a collada ring, and I have more of these. I probably have about 6 or 8 of them. I might even have ones that are brooches or other kind of things similar to it. Um, but anyways, there's a collada ring. I started the bid. I didn't mean to. There's only 3 seconds left. I will run it again if anyone's interested. I did not realize that I started it. I apologize for that. So just yell at me in the in the chat if you wanted me to run that again, because it's the only collada ring I'm bringing tonight. For any of you who are desiring that, I didn't realize I pressed start. I apologize for that. Okie dokie. Okay. So what do I have next? Oh, let's ask a question. We got to get into our world trivia. So, where are my answers? Oh, okay. So here's my first question. What is the name of the coldest sea on Earth? And those are your choices. Let's see if any of you can guess. I'm sure we could probably guess pretty easily what is considered the coldest sea on Earth. I would agree. Arctic just makes you want to go put a jacket on. Excellent job. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, let's start this next one. Now, this next item I did a lot of research on. And I only found a few comps on it. And the comp that I found was like $3,000. So I was like, well, and theirs wasn't even fully gold. And neither is mine or sterling silver or whatever. But it looked exactly like this. But this is sorry, I'm a little tangled here. So I'm trying to get untangled. There we go. Here, let me put it on a neck. Because it will look so much prettier on a neck. Okay. But from my research, this is an example of like an Israel kind of filigree necklace. And I found a comp that almost looked identical to it. And again, it was like super expensive. But this is really, really old. It's got a really interesting link here. We've got a spring ring clasp back there that I don't know if it's original to the necklace. But very interesting. Thanks for coming in, S. Muffin. What are the prizes? So what are the prizes for tonight, meaning like the people who purchase? Or do you mean the prizes for the people who spend the most money in Lilyworks from the whole day of our around the world trains? What do you mean by prizes? Because for people who buy, oh, you know what, Hannah? You know the prize is the satisfaction within your own self of knowing that you're just one smart cookie. That's your prize. No, I don't really give prizes. Hee hee. She knew the answer to that. I do these games all the time. I don't usually have prizes for the games per se, but I do for people who purchase. I'm always sending freebies and extra little gifts and necklaces. All of you who have ordered from me know that. I usually, for people who participate in that, will have, giveaways or kind of freebies for that. So, but anyways, I'm going to run this one. This is a definitely a vintage, definitely, shall I say, I don't know a lot about Israeli jewelry, but this is really beautiful. And I think I had some earrings once that were very old looking that I only had one instead of two, and I turned it into a pendant and it sold. So I bet you someone saw that and they were like, whoa, I recognize that. You know what I mean? Okay, cool. Thank you for looking at that one. You knew the answer. You're so funny. All right, Hannah, here's your next question, Smarty Pants. Here we go. The Lord of the Rings trilogy was filmed in what country? Hmm. Hmm. She says New Zealand. Really? You say that so confidently. Ha! You were right, too. Wow, I can't believe you knew that. That's awesome. I mean, not that you're not smart to not know that answer, but that I didn't know that. That's cool. Those are my favorite movies. Okay, got it. You got it, Peter Paws. You got it. Very good. Okay. My next thing here are these. I opened these the other day. They were in like I had bought a jewelry bag, and I already showed these on a live before. These don't sound like silver, and they are not silver. They're silver in color. But they're kind of a nuggety, kind of puffy earring. But when I was looking at them, I didn't realize as I looked at them that they actually did have something written on them. And what these have written on them, and let me find where that is they say bronze Italy. And this obviously isn't bronze, but I don't know if that's like a brand or I have no idea. But for all I know, it just says Italy on it, and I don't have any traditional or historical story to tell you, except that this says Italy on it, and I'm starting the auction for $7. But I did find these on a Google search, and they were more than $7. But they're kind of cool earrings, nuggety little earrings. Yes, me too. I'm a geek and I know too many facts about books and movies. LOL. Love it. Hey, Marissa, thanks for coming in. And okay, I got to read the message. Just bought you a copy of, what did she say? You're such a cutie. Just bought you a copy of the Hogarth book on Mexican marks and a travel book about the little town of Taxco. Oh my God. We'll send soon. Well, you can send it with the other book that I just bought from you. Are you kidding me? Yay, learning about that. That is so awesome. I didn't even know that they had like specific. And I love that we have stories of being in the place, like for Maria, like she lived there. She existed the stories that she told. And although I've had some international travel, I certainly haven't traveled to all the places we're talking about tonight. Oh my gosh. Well, like I said, you can hold off on sending me my other book, the jewelry book that I bought, which I am so excited to get. Felicia, the teacher to the teacher, you are fantastic. And now I'm going to have to pull that book out all the time and teach everybody about the facts of, uh, you know, Mexico and their different versions of, jewelry. Taxco versus alpaca versus alloy, and learning about all those details. I just love you. The only international travel I've done is Canada. It's still international travel. Give yourself a pat on the back, Pitter Paws. You still went internationally. And you get a little bit of credit if your husband went overseas for the military because you were married to him. So you might as well count that too, even though I know you didn't go. It still sort of counts because your experience goes with it. Here we have a Murano. And Hannah can correct me if I'm wrong here. A lot of Murano um, glass bead necklaces. It's not like they have their name written on it. Going to Berlin is on my bucket list. Nice. Oh, I'm so excited. Um, I'm so excited, Felicia. That's so sweet. But here we have what I believe to be Murano glass, because when I did a Google search, I found a bracelet identical. It is hand knotted in between all of these beautiful, sort of like copper flected, um, uh, beads, you know, glass bead. Glass beads that are on this awesome bracelet. So this is 7.5 inches long. And yeah, so that's my story on that. Hannah, do you have anything to correct me on, or do you also agree that this is Murano? Because I know you can look at something and get a really good feel. I can even bring my handy dandy. Let's look super close at it. Yes, typical construction of Murano bracelets, necklaces. So many were made for tourists. Okay. And the hand knotting, I agree. It does have those little beautiful filigree caps there on the end. Okay, I'm going to start that auction there. If you go on and you do Google searches on these types of things, obviously they weren't $20. They were more in the $40 to $50 range for something of this sort. If you were to buy it, and you can actually buy Murano stuff new now. Like, it isn't Murano, like I have, I'm not bringing it tonight, but I have an actual 18 karat gold Murano red wedding bead set that definitely looks newer, and they still make glass. Yes, I agree. Okay, cool beans. Let's move on to my next. Oh, I got one more thing in this bag. The highly expensive, hugely breaking your pocketbook uh, bangle here that I just love the colors on it. And the only reason I brought it is because it literally said made in India. And I'm like, I'm bringing that to around the world because it says made in India. So there you go. It's got a $2 start. So if you love those colors, then this is your bracelet. Did I measure it? Yes, 7 3/4. I just think that the colors there are super pretty. So if you like wearing bangles, a $2 start isn't too shabby. So there you have that. Thanks for taking a look at it. Okay, I'm bringing another question. Here we go. What country is roughly 90 miles southeast of Florida? Well, some things are easy. I'm a teacher, so I'm all about, and I'm a gifted education teacher at even more than that, also a reading teacher. But we can do some process of elimination of many of these. But, her guess, Pitter Paws, is a little smart girl. There you go. She's right. Because some of those, if you know, even, I mean, I don't claim to be like a professional geography person. I mean, like I always get things wrong, but there were a few things you could probably do process of elimination. So my friend Hannah asks, well, what do you get for getting a correct answer? You get a hand clap and a pat on the back and the satisfaction of knowing that, you know, you're bringing your educational upbringing is benefiting you. Okay, let's keep going. I'm going to grab my next bag of goodies for y'all. Felicia's so funny because she always tells me she's such a saint. She's always here with all my late shows that I do. And she'll pop in and she'll come in and she'll say, "You crack me up," which makes me smile, Yeah, I just kind of ramble on. Okay. So Hannah says that was papier mache, hand painted bangle called cashmere. Kashmiri. I love those pieces from India. Kashmiri. Awesome. Well, Hannah, you are so good. I love it. You know, you and it's been a couple years now that you and I have known each other, and the whole educational part of jewelry is so important to me. And the talking and the communicating and the connecting and all that. You know, I love selling the jewelry too, but that's just part of it. Um, so I love that she's bringing that all of you are bringing that extra information. And Kristen says, I always tell everyone you get the best gift of all, bragging rights. That's right. That's right. You know it. You know it. BRB potty break. All right. No worries. We'll be here when you get back. Okay. Thank you for participating in tonight's festivities, everyone. Okay. Hannah, I need you to confirm this next one because I made a guess that they're Murano, but I can't confirm it because they're earrings and I don't have all the normal things. But for some reason, I remember possibly showing you these before. And you might have, I don't know if you've mentioned that you thought it was Murano, or I don't know where I got the confidence thinking that they're Murano. And you can correct me if Felicia. Hi, Nomad. Okay, the Nomad Addict. Thanks for coming in. I recognize that username. I really do. We love that you've popped in here tonight. Okay, so aren't those just luscious? So beautiful. And you know what? Sometimes when you have a pair of earrings that just have the perfect amount of weight to them, where it's not like painfully weighty, but you know, you can tell they're there. So, Hannah, your job is to help me. No clue, but they are pretty. I wrote, and I'm going to edit this. So if anyone buys them, they don't think that I'm misquoting. We don't need any of that business. But if it will agree, made in Italy, Murano, question mark, question mark. This is my guess. I don't know. They might not be, but I've seen some Murano things like that. Anyways, I didn't put a huge price on them, so I think it's all good. But I love these earrings, and I'm going to start the auction now for those really fun, spirally. Thanks for your bid, guys. Earrings, and like I said, some earrings are just too heavy, and this is the perfect middle ground. I don't know. We were always talking about in jewelry how. Thanks so much, Felicia, and for other bids. I really appreciate that. Uh, you know, sometimes the weight of things is what we're looking for. Oh, that feels heavy or that feels cold, blah, blah, blah. Um, Obviously there's a max that our ears can handle. Hi, FS Campbell. No, it's not private. Welcome in. Yeah, FS Campbell, what's private? Because she comes in, she's in district all the time. What does she mean? Did she ask a question? Let me go see what she said. Is this a private show? Because I don't want to intrude. Of course not. You are part of the show so much, FS Campbell, that I even know your first name. Let me find my paper. Because you've even bought from me before. This is your show. Absolutely. Nothing private. Your name is Faye. And you see, you're supposed to be like, woohoo. Yes, I knew that. Yes, I have. Yes, you have. This is not private. And we're happy to have you here. Faye, that's correct. Her first name is Faye. So add it to your list, Pat Crack Queen. It should be on the list, if you know what I mean. Because I really try to write people's names down so I can make the connection. Oh, you have a paper with people's names on it. That's dedication. Of course I do. Look at this business. Bum, 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 bum. And I was really neat at first. I don't know. I think I spilled acid on it or something. But then I got to the back and then all hell broke loose. And my writing is like across and around and all that. So, yes, there you go. She has a name cheat sheet. Just because I just hate, I'm not P. Thanks, Nomadic Addict. You're sweet. I recognize you from YouTube. I also have a YouTube page, but I definitely know your page. So we're glad you're hanging out with us tonight. Yeah, I admit I'm not perfect, and I am fine to admit that I need help sometimes. And there it is. And I encourage everyone to use a cheat sheet. Because you know what? I want everyone to just know that I got you. I'm here with you. I know who you are. I recognize that you're returning. And Faye, 100%. Of course, this isn't private. No, 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 not private. Okay, so we're moving on. Oh, I see Faye's name. That's right. It is F.S. Campbell, which I assume are her initials. We could all take a guess on what on what S stands for. Sally. Um, I don't know what other S girl names are there. Selena. I don't know. Perfect is overrated. We don't need perfection. That's right. You got that. Sims. So that must be your maiden name. Is that right? So we have Faye Sims Campbell. So what did your middle name used to be before you got married? Like for me, my name is Curry Brooks Mura. That's my name now, my married name. But my maiden name was Curry Rebecca Brooks. And Rebecca, you people always ask about where that comes from, which, by the way, the name of my business, Cherish Relics Boutique, came from my maiden name. If you notice, Cherish Relics Boutique starts with a C, an R, and a B. And my name, maiden, is Curry Rebecca Brooks. And I started this business after my mom had passed away, and I got involved in researching antiques and things when she had passed away. I always loved antiques, but I got more into it. And that's kind of what started me in the whole, everyone who knows me, I started in the antique world. I had antique booths. I did all that business. But yeah, I love pulling names in, and I love hearing people's stories about that switch. So she says, perfect. Okay, Susan. Oh, that was a guess. We were guessing. Sims, she had a maiden name. Bug My Dad named me. I like the name Faye. I think it's really pretty. I think it's very pretty. Very good. Okay, let's move on. See, I get distracted. Okay, we're moving to stage this thing. It's not super expensive, but when I did do a Google search on it, it did show up as kind of a carved alabaster. This is what my Google search is. Now, I don't claim responsibility for Google Lens being incorrect. I only claim that I looked at Google Lens and this is what it told me. Someone else who has additional knowledge could tell me otherwise. But I believe that this was made in Mexico. It's carved alabaster and alabaster agate. And we have a little pendant necklace here. And I'm just charging a whopping $5 start charge on that. So I started the auction now for anyone who's interested in that. It is 24 inches. It's sort of got these really fine links there. And the top part literally is just a hook. Just simple like that. All right. I appreciate everyone taking a look at that. And we're going to keep going. Faye says, I came last time. I told my story with flu shot that had paralyzed me for 4.5 years. Faye, let me tell you, my dear, a little angel in our Lilyworks community reached out. And I don't know if you're aware of this yet or if it's a surprise, but when you told your story about all of the jewelry you remake and all of the thing that paralyzed you in this story, we were so moved when you came in and told that story. We loved it. It was so amazing. But one of our other community members reached out to me about you and asked a little bit about, hey, you think they might be interested in this, because she knew that you did a lot of upcycling to make your own unique jewelry that you yourself said you don't sell it, but you give away as gifts and you give it to friends and that sort of thing. And I hope I'm not giving anything away, Mel, hint, hint, hint. If you're still on here, you're probably over there on YouTube, but there might be something coming your way. That's all I can say. And it's heavy. That's all I can say. So I'll just shut up now, and we're thrilled to have you. And this community is all about giving to each other, which you've already seen that a lot tonight. So she knows I needed her address. Oh, yay. So yeah, Mel reached out to me. Mel is Granny's Vintage, and talked to me about how, when you were in my live and you told your story, and we all were like, all all into hearing about your life and your story and even your recovery, which I know you're not 100% back, but you're getting there. But your positivity on life is just, it's what we should all strive to have. And so, Mel is like the living, walking example of Rachel's phrase for Lily Works, which is to live generously. So when she told me about what she was going to do for you, she literally said, I said, "Oh, Mel, you are so gracious." Because Mel also repurposes jewelry and makes things. And you will see that soon because she's got some things that are in the brewing moments of coming to fruition. But she is also in that world, but was so moved by your story that she wanted to reach out to you. So I'm so glad that I was able to help you guys connect. Yay, so happy. Okay, sorry. You see, I get distracted. Let's move to this next one. This next necklace, I actually bought at a thrift store. It was one of those thrift stores that were like to raise money for animals. And the only reason I know where this necklace is from and all that is because this necklace that I bought was the owner of the thrift store's necklace that she had bought when she went to Mexico. She had told me that she bought this necklace from Mexico. So we can all assume that that's amethyst and that that's, quartz and that that's probably, where's my brain going? In the ocean. Why can't I remember the name of this? Good Lord. Coral. And, that's probably labradorite and some version of a dyed howlite. Maybe some turquoise, probably more quartz, all of that business. So I know this leather-bound necklace came from Mexico. It is, in fact, sterling silver. It does have a sterling silver, a little kind of hanging teardrop thing from the bottom there. I have tested it. And this lady was telling me the story as I was buying stuff in her store. So anyways, I'm going to start the auction now. And it probably would look better if I put it on a neck, but now we only have 14 seconds left. I probably don't have time. But anyways, really, really pretty, beautiful gemstones on there for anyone who might be interested in that. The little, Dee's Deals popped in. She's interested. These are really big. I wish I could express to you how big those were, and I probably didn't express it to you well in the pictures. But most of these gemstones are over an inch and big. So congratulations on that. That one's a half an inch. They're pretty significant. So I think you're going to be really pleased with that. Thanks so much. Yay, Dee's Deals. Woohoo! Cool beans. So we'll get that sent your way. And again, I'll remind everybody, yes, I love to do trivia. I love to play games or whatever it is that I do in my shows, but I also love to send in any little extra freebies. So I'll probably be sending something your way. Anybody who orders from me, I usually send something special. Okay, here's another trivia. Let's get on it. Where is the country of Guyana? Well, I think I know this answer. Okay, I'm going to cheat and look. And I was wrong. Where I thought it was not where it was. I do not. You're welcome. Thanks, Dee. I appreciate it. I don't claim I'm a teacher, yes, but I don't claim to be geography skilled. Any guesses on where you think Guyana is? Those are your choices. Sorry, I keep lifting my glass of wine off of my coaster. And all the condensation off of it is creating a section. I guessed B too. Both of you have the same brain as me, and I guessed B also, and it's A. It just sounded like an African country to me. That's all right. We can all not be right together. I'm all about that. Okay, so now I'm going to wipe off my coaster, which, by the way, came from Australia, because I told you. My parents live in Australia, so I always go there. And I always bring back fun little gifts and trinkets. I go to like Zumba and to the gym 5 days a week. And every time I go to Australia, I bring back all my Zumba crew. Like there's probably 10 or 12 of them that are my super closest friends. And I bring them a whole bunch of fun things from Australia. Yeah, but these like Aboriginal style things. But now that this is no longer cold, it won't keep condensing, condensation on the outside. So hopefully it will stop sticking to the darn coaster. So Faye says to me, I really cried because I have never had people give me something, but my God is great to me, and I love this people here. If I don't buy much, I love District. I don't care if you buy. You guys can just hang out. I don't care. I love selling, and it's so great and fun, and the jewelry is so interesting. But I would like to think that most people, I can't think of anybody here in our Lilyworks community that ever feels that you should have any pressure to buy. We are about hanging out. We are about chatting. To be honest, we're just a whole bunch of women that really just would rather gab and laugh and connect and make friends and all that. And if we sell also, that's great. But I don't want anyone to feel, if you come to my show, or let me speak for other people in this community, please attend our shows in the Lilyworks community at District. Just be there, participate in it, gab, make connections, play with money and not know the answers to where the coins are from. Like, we don't care. Be imperfect. Don't do your nails. We're all on a nail strike because I did a whole lesson on how, presentation matters when we're listing and we want to make ourselves look good. And I laughed about how all of us do our nails. And tonight my nails aren't done, but there's plenty of nights my nails are done. Because we're all just trying to make the impression that we're just like, oh, but we all know we really don't live that way. Our nails look like crap half the time because we're using acids and we're doing the dishes and we're changing diapers. I'm not changing diapers. My kids are grown up, but you get my point. So it means a lot. And it's right on for you to say something like that, because that is the kind of community and let me think of the right word, environment, energy, experience that we want to present over here. Come, hang out, just be. If you want to buy, great. That's awesome. So anyways, let me keep going. Sorry, people, I get distracted. It does. I'm supposed to go there for 2 weeks teaching session, but it's a short flight across the Gulf, but I haven't had the energy to go yet. And so you're planning to go to Asia. Nice. Okay. Hannah, have you been there? What? I was thinking Asia. Oh, no, that was the answer to the question. You're planning to go to Guyana. I see what you're saying. The question from our trivia question. Got it. Okay. Asia is where all of us not so smart people guessed, but we were wrong. South America. Okay. I need to go have a South America trip. That would be a fun. Maybe we all need to go take a road trip. Road trip. Okay, I'm moving on. Sorry. If any of you are in a hurry, I apologize. That's why pre-bids matter. And if you feel like sleepiness is coming upon you and you know that you want to see or participate in some of these auctions, then go in my store, check out the pre-bids, and bid if you want to. You don't even have to be here to win an auction. Okay, so I'm moving on. And my next thing is this alpaca inlaid, alpaca being not real silver, but it looks it, bracelet. I have a $5 start on it because if you look super close, it looks like it's very interesting because it doesn't look cracked close up. Like it doesn't look wrong. It's almost like it was intentionally part of a butterfly. I don't know, because it has like a little like circle in there as if it like held in. Maybe it held in some abalone, but if you look really close, there's no spaces there for abalone to go except in those teeny circles. So I really don't know what's wrong with this. Maybe there's nothing wrong with it. Maybe it's supposed to look like that, but I'm only charging $5. That's the fact check. My nails always have dirt under them. I can scrub them clean, walk away. A minute later, there's dirt again. You must be a busy working woman. A deconstructed butterfly. Yeah, you're right. This is he's coming out of his cocoon. So maybe this is the cocoon and he's just like emerging maybe. But you're right, Pitter Paws. Pitter Paws, what's your first name? Because I'm going to put you on, dun, 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 my list so I can remember. And next time you come hang out with us, Pitter Paws, then I will be able to call you by your first name. It may take me a second to look you up on my list, but I will remember. Jenny. Thank you for letting me know. Jenny. Now I'm going to call you Jenny instead of Pitter Paws, but you must like cats or something. Thanks for coming in. Elegance at a glance. All right. So, real quick, the talk about nails. Yes. None of us have good nails until 5 minutes before our show. Let's just all admit it. Come on, let's just get real. Here we go. I'm starting the auction. $5 start on our emerging butterfly deconstructing guy. It does in fact have its marks on the back here that does say, and they're partially stamped. They're never good stamps. Mexico. So if this looks like it says alpaca, but if it's alpaca, then it would be sterling. No. You see, I think sometimes there must be fakes. Taxco's real sterling. Alpaca's not. I got it flipped. That's why I need her book. You see, Felicia knew she needed to buy me the darn book because I was going to get it all wrong. Thank you, Felicia, because I'm still screwing it up. There you go. We're moving on. Alpaca is an alloy from Germany. All right. All righty then. I got it. Let's move on. Let's move on to a Mexican silver. Okay. Let me see what this is labeled as then, because I made my pre-bid before I had the conversation with Kristen. Kristen straightened me out. It does tarnish like real silver. I know. I agree. And look at this beautiful inlaid, hinged bracelet. There we go. It's gorgeous. Nothing wrong with it. And let's see what's written inside. Taxco's real. Alpaca's not. I always thought they both were not real. So if this says Mexico, but it doesn't say alpaca or Taxco, then I don't know if it's real silver. So I'm going to test it right now before you. Right now, we're going to know the answer. Let's get on it. It'll only take me about 20 seconds to do this. For those of you who are new to jewelry, for those of you that maybe have purchased your first acid testing kit, I need you to understand, I'm being very serious here. This stuff is dangerous. You can hurt yourself. You do not want to touch this fluid. And if I was being a really good example, I would put some gloves on right now, but I've done this enough that I'm not going to. But if you're going to ever do a scratch test on any sort of item, jewelry, I love watching her be dangerous. I vote silver. So if it's marked Mexico with no alpaca or Taxco, and if this turns out to be silver with a starting bid of $12, then it is someone's friggin' lucky day. From my lack of knowledge, God bless America. Let's get on it. So when you do a scratch test on something, and I want to bring it even higher, even though I know you see my tripod here, because I know everyone's on about this point down, everyone has their chat if you are watching this from your phone. So that's why I'm trying to bring it up there really high. So you want to do a scratch test in a very inconspicuous spot, and you want to get a decent scratch. Because if there is some sort of overlay or something, sorry, my whole desk is shaking. We want to know that we're getting deep enough to really test what's under there. Then what you typically want to do is you want to look at where you scratched. Talk about dirty nails. Look at that. It just got there right now, this very second, from digging in my acid box there. Uh, you want to look at where you scratched. And if the point that you scratched at, which is right here, you can't see very well, but I'm going to show you with my handy dandy magnifying glass because, yes, I'm on district and we can't see on district. We need to get district to allow us to zoom in. That's the next big talk with district. If you see any brassiness, brown, anything underneath your scratch, that's a sure tell sign that it definitely isn't silver. Okay, this looks silver underneath. So now there's two ways to test for silver. You can test using a sterling silver acid, which I am out of. I literally am out of. And usually when I do a scratch test with sterling silver acid, I do it on a white, because what it does is if it's a positive test, your scratch will turn like a burgundy red. And it's easy to see it on white. It's very difficult to see it on black. So that's why I do that on white. But whenever I test using a black stone, I can test for sterling silver by actually using gold. 18 karat gold specifically can give us a positive response for testing. Now I'm a little nervous as I priced this at $12. Ay, ay, ay. Hi, this is going to be a bidding war. What we're doing is we're looking for this to turn a milky blue. My heart is beating. What have I done? It does not look real. So there you go. I don't know what that means when they say Mexico and they don't tell you. But sometimes you can have it say Mexico, Taxco, which apparently is 925, or sometimes it can say Mexico alpaca, which apparently has nothing to do with sterling silver. And sometimes it can just say Mexico, and it, in this case, is not real. But it doesn't change that it's still a very cool bracelet. And it doesn't change that it still has the look of being tarnished, as you see here. I probably could also take a tarnishing cloth and shine that up and it would look like, and it doesn't change the fact that this bracelet is solid. There's nothing wrong with it. And it's a beautiful inlaid bracelet. This, I think turquoise can sometimes be, can be green. Or it could just be a dyed howlite. I just am not sure. But I'm going to start the bid now. And if you know more than me, then you'll probably bid on it. But yeah, that's all I got to say about that. And apparently, everyone knows that that's not real. Do not touch this acid. Do not, do not, do not. So Hannah says, is it gaspite? You little smarty pants. What the heck is gaspite? Do I need to go get my gem book over there? I did send you a gem book myself, but do I need to look that up? What's gaspite? I don't know what that is. Yeah, it's definitely not enamel. It's inlaid, 100% inlaid. But good guess. But it is pretty, and it's a nice bracelet. Hannah is probably looking up the description of gaspite to make me feel better because I'm clueless on that. Okay, let's move on. We're moving on. We've had the Taxco Mexican Silver Alpaca Adventure. Say goodbye to the bracelet. If you would like me to rerun it later, I'm your girl. Let's keep going. And now we have this luscious, beautiful Heshy coral necklace. And again, I talked about Native American. It is a country. It is a place in the world. So that's why I'm still bringing Native American things here. So let me put it on a neck. But this is really pretty. I have a gem book. Yes, a gem book's awesome. I have many of them. I had a gem book repeat. It's a mineral, okay? And it comes naturally as a bright green, Hannah, or it comes naturally as like a howlite where people dye it to make it appear like it's a version of turquoise. but you learn so much from my shows. You probably learn a lot from my shows because I screw up and I get it wrong, and all my friends are there to straighten me out. So maybe Hannah will say something about that. But anyways, I did send Hannah a book because I had a repeat of this really gorgeous book that was called like Gem, or it was a really good book that I sent to her. Anyways, we got a twisting barrel clasp here. This is vintage. This is in fact coral, kind of a heshy style. Um, and we got some inlaid coral down here with some brass accents. So it's quite lovely. So I'm going to start that auction on that 15-inch necklace at $10. I can't go back any further, but I will move my camera so you can see it. Because when I was paralyzed, I couldn't really talk. Really? I love to learn, and I love shows where they can talk to me back. Okay. And has your speech returned mostly, Faye? Wow, when you got that shot, it affected not only you being physically paralyzed, but it affected your speech? Wow. Thanks for looking at that. I didn't know. That's crazy. She says, I'm not sure. Okay, I'll look it up. Hannah, I'm going to take a screenshot with my phone here so I can look up what you said about gasbite. What made you even mention that name, gasbite? There must have been a reason. Maybe you saw it be that color before. I don't know. But I'm using my other device to take a picture there so I can remember to look it up. I used to go in the mirror and do mouth exercises, and nobody told me to do that. But I learned how to do everything on my own with God's help. That's touching and awesome and special. Thank you for sharing. I've had pieces with that stone. Okay, so I'm going to go between now and tomorrow when I text you. I'm going to figure out, I'm going to just learn everything about that stone. I'll let you know what I learn. Okay, so here's another Native American style. I know that we're not officially supposed to bring any bone style things, but I wrote bone, but maybe we can delete that word if we're worried, because I know that at least on eBay, along with ivory, that we're not supposed to sell things with bone in it. But I could also be wrong and it may not be bone. But look at the detailed intricateness of it. Like this is like really tight kind of uh like the string was like like they did, it's like they made a bracelet out of string, and then here we got some seed beads. We have what I believe to be bone. We've got some little beautiful seed beads. Those could be turquoise, those could be coral. It looks very authentic to me, and it's very well made, and it has a very beautiful leather clasp there. So I'm not saying I know that that's bone. I'm saying it's bone-like. I'm going to start the auction at a $10 start. But to me, it's very authentic looking. If anyone likes that very kind of, ethnic look about it. So there you have that. And look at the way that those seed beads were put in there. It's almost like they're meant to go it's almost like they're going down like stairs. That's really cool. Thanks for looking at that. Faye says, you can sell bone, just not ivory. Oh, I'm allowed to sell bone. Okay, I was afraid of bone. Even when sometimes Rachel says the word bone, she feels like she can't say it. For some reason, I thought I couldn't do bone. And Hannah says to you, Faye, that she's glad that you're doing better. I go back to see my friends in physical therapy, and they say, girl, is that you? But I learned to cook. I learned to use utensils cooking. I learned to go upstairs and take a shower. I learned how to get on the floor and get up on my own because I had GPS. I don't know what GPS stands for. Maybe you actually had GPS. Maybe you had God parting the seas. I don't know. I don't know what that means. But you obviously had something or somebody on your side. Did you not have family? Oh, Guillain-Barré syndrome. Oh, yeah, you told me that before. That's right. Did you not have family there to support you? Look at that. You're going to die on that one. I just bought that the other day. like when all this happened, I didn't know if you had parents. I don't know what your age is. I'm 54. So I'm, middle age. I don't know, I guess. But some of us are reselling or in mid 20s, and some of us are in our mid 70s. So we're all over the place. I love you, Dee. Thank you. You see, all these brilliant people come and bring me the info. Gasbite is a bright yellow to apple green. Sorry, cancel. Gasbite is a bright yellow to apple green with brown veining, only found in a few places in the world like Quebec. You Googled it. Okay, so it definitely has that look. That veining gives us that look like turquoise, as well as howlite, as well as magnesite, I think is another one that's similar to it. God sent me some wonderful people to take care of me because I couldn't even turn yourself in the bed without people turning me. Oh, God bless. Wow. God bless you. That's so great. And now you have definitely gained some independence according to you telling us about you making jewelry and doing things that you love. So that is great. I'm going to share this next necklace with you guys. It is it's Navajo style. I can't tell you it's exactly Navajo, but it is sterling silver. I have acid tested it, as well as to me uh, it is turquoise. There's no question. I mean, I'm not a turquoise professional. Uh, Felicia will be the first one to tell you. Turquoise makes me anxious because I'm not confident in that skill. But when you see how well everything else is made within that, then you kind of can form a knowledge. So it is longer than that. I just put it on there so you could see it hang. But it's a really beautiful teardrop bezel set pendant. So I'm going to start the auction there. We have a pre-bid at $18, and we have 17 seconds left for anyone else interested in that beautiful pendant. It's got a really lovely paperclip chain link, as you can see here. And it is 24 inches. I don't know. I can't see the thing. 20 inches. Okay. 20 inches. Congrats. Congrats there, Marissa. It's coming to you. Really, really pretty. And thanks again for your bid. I'll let you look closely up at that. Isn't that pretty? So pretty. Okay. So that's going to Marissa. Awesome. Let's keep plugging away. What we got next? Okay. Okay. Let me just say, I've never found Murano anything new with tags on it. Let me just say that first of all. Second of all, I Murano, all of Murano glass just blows me away. There's obviously way more styles of Murano. I do. I love it too, Marissa. That's a great buy. Of Murano beads, Millefiori is only one type of bead. And I'm going to let Miss Smarty Pants Hannah explain this to you because she will write it in a way that will make it so we can all understand. But from the artisan world and the way that the glass makers make the beads, I believe that the way Millefiori happens is that the strings of color are put throughout the glass this way, and they cut them like slices, like, you do like, cross sections of the glass that you're creating. And that's how you create the Millefiori beads. Is that correct, Hannah? Now, this particular set that I found at a thrift store yesterday, I was actually at an antique store yesterday, um, had still new with tags on it, Murano. But I still believe that these are vintage. I believe someone bought them new and never wore them because the tag on which I bought this said that it was from the 70s. So I still do believe that these are vintage, as you would guess from our twisting barrel clasp. We have hand knotted beads, as well as filigree caps on those beads. And Here, Hannah is chiming in. Uh, Hannah says, God bless you as well as Felicia. Yes, they are canes of glass with the flower designs, and it's the way that they cut them. And then uh, Felicia says, those same rods of glass are used to make micro mosaics. And I do have some micro mosaic brooches that I will bring you tonight. Um, cool. All right. Well, that's going on the theme of let's use it all, right? So, canes is a better word. Okay. Uh, so let me come back to what Faye said. She says, I really love to talk about God because he did a miracle in me. And there's nothing wrong with that. We're happy to hear your story and your life. I thought I knew God, but when I was flat on my back, we meaning God had a wonderful relationship and I couldn't have a better God. But I'm sure as many people might question when things don't go your way in your life, people question God. And it's a really nice story for you personally, and everyone's religious path is different. This is a safe place for people to talk about whatever. But for you, your experience was that you know what? God helped bring you out of a place that could have been very difficult for you. And that's a great thing. That's something to celebrate. So we're happy to hear about your testimony for sure. I want you to always feel welcome. But I'm a shut up and enjoy the show. It's okay. You don't have to shut up. We're happy to have you be around. And so Jenny Pitterpaws says, so it's cut like the candy with the pictures of fruit in them. Right. Yes. It's cut like candy. So maybe it's cut like it, are you saying it's cut like candy in long rods, kind of like when they make toffee, and they can make toffee that has designs in it similar to this. And I bet you I'm not a candy expert, but that it's very similar. And Hannah says, yes, Jenny, Petterpaws, I forgot about those candies. Yes, okay, very good. And then Faye says, I was mad at God. That's what I'm saying, is it's a relationship where no relationship is perfect and all love all the time. You question, you wonder, you get angry, you love, you whatever it is, you doubt, you have faith in whatever your religion is. All of those are true. But I can understand why you were mad at God, especially if you lived your whole life and you were fine. But I learned a valuable lesson on how to control my mouth, how to talk to people, and I always had a supervisor job. So in order for me to have that job, I learned how to talk to people because people have feelings too. That's right. Everybody has their own experience to bring to the table. Okay. These have a really high price on them because they are brand new with the tag, although they're probably vintage. And when you go look at this necklace on a Google search, it will be in the mid to high hundreds, some 200s. So that's why you're seeing a price point that's not $15. I can't give these away. I personally paid $35 for them because I knew their value. So anyways, I'm going to start the auction now, but they are pretty stunning and beautiful and brand spanking new. Thank you for your bid, D's Deals. You recognize the value of that as well. They are really lovely. And like I said, I have never seen a pair of Italian vintage Murano beads with the tag on. So if there's ever a time, D, for you to buy Murano beads for you to keep for yourself, which I don't know because I know you're a reseller, if you're buying these to resell, which hopefully I gave you some wiggle room to still do that. That's my goal. I'm happy to bring really, really good prices so you still have some wiggle room. But just as I do sometimes when we're out shopping, sometimes we're shopping for our inventory. But sometimes if the price point in which their asking price does not allow, sometimes we just buy stuff for ourselves. So this might be a purchase for yourself. I don't know. And it says that Murano tag says, the Murano rooster. The rooster symbolizes vigilance. The fox on his back, there you see it, symbolizes astuteness. The snake in his mouth symbolizes prudence. I love that. Mosaic Venetian glass. There you go. Available only at fine jewelers. You can pull this up when you get this. You can do a Google search and you will pull up and probably be able to get that value in that story. But there's a whole story on the backside here for you to read about. So awesome to you, Dee. I'm going to put those away for you, and they are headed to you. Is this a gift for yourself? It is beautiful. I agree. Vintage from Louisiana, which your name is, using my cheat sheet, which I should already know it. I already know Tony. I don't need to look that up. I already knew that. Uh, um, it is definitely a beautiful buy. Uh, I hope you're keeping it for yourself. Get it together, woman. Yeah. Are you doing that for yourself? Is this a gift to yourself? Bedazzled joined the live. Hey, Justine, thanks for coming to hang out with us. Someone just bought specifically Dee's Deals, these beautiful new with tags, literally a Murano, a necklace, filigree beads, hand knotted gorgeousness. And hey there, how are you? Um, necklace. So I hope, I don't know where, maybe, oh my God, I'm in love with them. Thank you. So Dee, you never said, I will definitely enjoy them at least for a while. Okay. So you might do that catch and release for a while. I love it. Yay. That's awesome. Okay. Cool, cool, cool. Okay. These next little cutie guys, I actually brought on our bug train a couple weeks ago. But they shockingly, I never imagined they were actually cute little beetles. And on the back, they said Spain. So I know it's kind of difficult for you to see that because, again, we can never zoom in on this app. But if you could see that really close, you would see the whole word Spain. So there you go. They're cuties, and I'm going to start the auction now for those scatter pins, those cute little Spain, probably brass, gorgeous, $5 start. Scatter pins, aren't they cutie patooties? Spain written on the both of them. Okay, thanks for taking a look at that. Good night, Faye. And she says, I'm going to read a little bit, and I've enjoyed the live, and you all have a blessed night. Now, Faye, real quick before you leave, I want you to know that you can always go back and watch the lives. You can go back and watch the lives through district. You can come right there to the same place that you click on the live shows in Lilyworks Marketplace, Jewels and Lots, where you click on live streams to come to this live show. But if you scroll up or scroll down, I always get it backwards. My kids make fun of me. But if you scroll to where the later things are, it will show all the old shows, every single live show that any seller has done anywhere on district, depending on which marketplace they were in, there's videos of it. So you could go back and watch this whole thing over again from the beginning if you wanted to. So even though you're not getting to see the rest, you can still watch it later. So you can also go over to YouTube to Rachel's Lilyworks, I'm not sure which of the two YouTube pages she has the lives on, but she streams them to YouTube. She also streams them to Facebook. And me personally, I also stream them to my own YouTube channel, which is Cherish Relics Boutique. So if you go into my channel, Cherish Relics Boutique, if you follow me, then you can go over to my lives and you will see it in there. So there's lots of places for you to rewatch it. Have a great night, and thanks for hanging with us. Later, Gator. Cool beans. We're moving on. Moving on. Alrighty then. What do we have now? My pizza is so cold. I never ate it because I talked too much. I'm supposed light. Okay. So here's a little bit of Western Germany. I have lots of Western Germany stuff, but I didn't have time to find it all. So I just brought a couple little scarf clips that are super cute. So this auction is for all three of them. Let me turn this down. And I love these guys, but I'm going to move them because I think I was really trying to get into the theme. We can bring them back at the end. But I think you're going to be able to see things better if you can see more white screen. So I'm just trying to help you all out. Bugs, bugs, bugs. Again, are you saying you would like me to rerun that? Is that what you're saying, Felicia? I can rerun it if that's what you want. On those cute little Spain beetles. Is that what you're saying? Please, no worries. I'll go do that right now. Thanks for letting me know. And I forget to say stuff all the time. I do. I gab, I talk, I laugh, whatever. Anything that I have in this show that I run and you would like me to rerun, just say it. I'm more than happy to pull it out and do it again. It's very easy. So please don't be afraid to reach out. I'm happy to do that. And here we go. Watch how easy this is. I am going to restart the auction, and then you find it. For those of you who are new, you find the restarted auction way at the top of your list in your store. And I'm going to click on that, move it to stage, and we're going to do it again. I'm not even going to get them out of the bag, but I'm going to start it for Felicia. So there you go, Miss Felicia. Those cutie little patooties. You see, you can put them on your hat, Felicia. You got lots of pins on your hat. Maybe you have themed hats where maybe you have one that's just like your travel hat, and then you have one that's your teaching hat. I don't know, but those are going to you, and I love them. Okay, cool beans. So let me explain this a little better. Just one, simpler. Okay, cool. In that store, when you can go in and view, items that are coming up for auction, like I said, you can go and view all the stuff that I'm going to bring to auction tonight. I think once somebody buys something, it's no longer viewable in my store. Somebody out there in the chat who knows better than me, please correct me. But I believe that when someone buys something that you can't view it in the store anymore. But if I've had an auction that run and no one bid on it, you can still view it in the store, but you cannot, you can see it undersold. Okay, so you can see what I see because that's how I see it. Okay, cool. Okay, but you can't do anything with it because it's been bought. But the items that have run an auction, will say, it'll probably say something like ended or something like that. I can rerun any of those. And then you can tell the ones that I haven't run yet. But they can all be pulled back out at any point. Okay. Puddin' needs a strand of pearls. Oh. Okay, I'm sorry. I know who Puddin' is. Puddin' is Felicia's cat. Puddin' has his/her, I don't know, boy or girl, own YouTube channel. And Puddin' is hilarious. And Puddin' gets lots of funny clothes and collars and love from his mother, her mother, I don't know. And I love that. Hannah, did you just meet Felicia since you've joined District? Because the fact that you're connecting with Felicia so quickly just makes me happy. Because maybe you just said Puddin' needs a strand of pearls, but I know Puddin' to be Felicia's cat. Maybe that's not what you meant. Just one, simpler. Okay. Hannah, ha, she tried to take them, jerked my neck. You can see it undersold. Thank you. I appreciate that, Kristen. Jenny says, I collect lapel pins. I want to find an old jean jacket to pin them, to display them. Very good. And you can display them while you wear them, but that you can also hang it up in your house, your jacket, and display them when you're not wearing them. You can click on sold and see it. Okay. It's why I didn't bid the first time. Yes, she says. Jenny says, oh my God, I thought she meant Putin, like the Russian president or whatever they call them. You're right, Curry, says Felicia. You betcha. Okay, that's hilarious. So, Hannah, have you gotten to know Felicia and you know she has a cat named Puddin'? That's just fantastic. Oh, thank goodness. Puddin', not Putin. Putin, not Putin. Long U. I'm a reading teacher. Putin. Ooh, U. That's a long U versus puddin. Like book, which is a different sound. I love it. Okay, let's see what else we got. You guys crack me up. Sorry to snort. Okay. Okay, move to stage. I thought I already moved the stage. Clearly, I got distracted. And yes, I watched her videos and have seen her elsewhere. That's right. Do you know that Puddin actually to this day receives YouTube royalties for his followers? I don't think it's a ton of money, but it's money. And Felicia's told us about that. And I think you can view Puddin on Felicia's actual Facebook page. I don't know that Puddin's on YouTube. I know Felicia's on YouTube under the same name, Pack Rat Queen. Go follow her. Everyone, go follow her. But I know that Puddin has a Facebook page. Hilarious. What? She says, what? What are you confused about? What? What's going on here? You getting a kickback? No, I don't get anything. I have never made any money. I don't have enough followers on YouTube. You guys could help me. I only have 550 followers. So if you want to if you want to rock my world and change that, then go follow my YouTube page. But yeah, it's just, it's plugging along. It's steadily increasing, but I haven't hit the jackpot and had some fancy video that went viral or something like that. Kristen, yes, Puddin makes money on Meta. It's true. She shared it with us. These be the facts. Okay, here we go. I'm running this. Western Germany. Filigree, beautiful filigree. It's running now. $12 total for 3 scarf clips. Filigree looking. All of them are marked with Western Germany, as you see there. It's really a good deal. That's $4 each for beautiful West Germany scarf clips. If you're in the what is the word you say when you're looking for it, when you're looking to buy that? If you're in the mood, if you're in the market for that. There you go. I can't even keep up with your funny comments on here. Mine are Thor, Chester, and Penny Rose. You have 3 cats, Jenny? I love cats. My husband would divorce me if I got more cats. I have 1 cat. His name's Simon, and he's a boy. He's a rescue, and I love cats, and he loves me more than anyone else in the house, but he hates everyone else in the world. And he's moody and, Jekyll and Hyde. He'll go from in a great mood to just in a second. It's not pleasant. Kristen, yes, Puddin makes money on Meta. Nice. Hannah says, Jenny, those are cute names. I have a tuxedo named Dahlia. That's a flower, I think. Somebody should. Jenny, love those cat names. Dahlia, I think that's a flower. Go to YouTube and subscribe. Everyone go to Pitter Paws. We didn't know she had a YouTube channel. You got to share these things. Pitter Paws, Pitter Paws. Everyone go to Pitter Paws and follow her. Follow Pitter Paws. And on this video, give a like and leave a comment. It helps the algorithm. So is Pitter Paws. So I asked you about Pitter Paws at the beginning of it. And I didn't know if you were a cat lover, but then I kind of brushed over it. But I guess the name of your YouTube, which I now know you have a YouTube channel, comes from your cats. I haven't posted new content in years. But are you saying there's old content on there with your cats? That's fun. Okay, well, we're here to support you in starting your YouTube again. Because if you are a jewelry collector, and then you do want to at some point get into the whole resale world, which there's a lot of support here in Lilyworks to help you do that and learn and teach you about that. If you don't do resale, I have no idea if you do resale. You could always, it's never too late. That's all I got to say. Yes, flower. I love flowers. I have named all my pets after flower names. Zinni, Cosmo. Oh, that's awesome. Zinnia. Cool beans. You see, I can't even sell. I just get distracted and I love hearing all this stuff. Okay. Love those names. And so Kristen is Felicia's friend, like a good friend, I think, because she helped bring her over onto district. But I guess that Kristen didn't know that Puddin was money making on YouTube, or I'm sorry, on Facebook. Pitter Paws comes from my mom. We had a cat that would lay on our freezer with his paws hanging over the edge. And if she wanted to get into it, she would tell him to move his pitter paws. Oh, I could cry. Well, I pre-bid, so you have to run that at least. Okay. So which one? Tell me which one. I'll run it. Are you about to go to bed, Hannah? Aw, Jenny. Well, I pre-bid, so you have to run that one at least. So are you talking to me and I should go in and look for a pre-bid? No, I'm just saying before you sign off. I will run it all. I'll stay up till 2 o'clock in the morning. Don't you know me? I'm like the late queen. There's no deadline. Do you know that it's almost 11 o'clock in Pittsburgh, which is where I'm from? But that is only 8 o'clock on the West Coast. We got all the time we went. Don't you worry. We'll get to it. But also know, if you would like me to run it now while you're still awake and with us, I can do it if you would like. If you don't care, I'll shut up and I'll run my next thing. I'm so sorry. Okay. So this next thing, I don't even know where I am because I'm just talking away. I just happened to find this random Spain uh, 10 euro cent. I literally had to look it up to know what the heck it was. But it is, in fact, it's like a pendant. You can put it on a necklace. If any of you have any traditional connections to Spain. But from what I learned, it's a Spain 10 cent euro cent. I'm starting the auction now. For some reason, some people on there were selling these for like $150. So I don't know if some Spain coins are like made of a different metal or not. But why would some people ask $5 and some people ask $155? That I don't get. You guys are having a whole conversation going on here. I love it. I can't even keep up with you. Before you sign off, I just met Felicia on another marketplace and I acted like I've known her forever. So you just met Felicia? Felicia is a hoot. I love watching her shows because she is so funny. I love listening to her laugh at herself. And she's a teacher like me, so I love that. And we have the UGA connection, which we probably walk the same halls. Okay. Oh my God, I'm the late queen. I'm a late queen too. I literally have had shows that ended at 3 a.m. So we got lots of time. Don't you worry. 3 a.m. Pittsburgh Eastern time. Now that I will never. My goal is to never make it that long again. But I have had them. Haha. Of course you will, Curry. Yes, you know me, Hannah, and you can also go back and watch it. Kristen. She says. She passed away in 2013. Her heart failed after chemo treatment. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. Jenny, how old was she? I lost my mom a couple years ago, so I completely understand the loss. I'm so sorry. Well, especially when sometimes people can recover from that. You know what I mean? People can have chemo, and they can recover. Like my stepmom's had chemo for breast cancer and she's still here. So I totally feel for you. I'm so sorry. Kristen says, I do the Caboose show on Sunday nights on another marketplace and I run 6 hours at a time. Well, I always pick Caboose. Not so much because I'm like clearly I'm not trying to maximize my sales, but because I get distracted. And I don't like the pressure. I don't like the pressure of finishing too quick. I ain't right, I hear. Hey there, Tiffany. Thanks for coming in. We went to the same university. I love the connection with Curry. Jenny says, I'm about an hour from State College, PA. Well, I live in Pittsburgh. So I don't think that's very far from me. I don't know if you ever come to Pittsburgh, but that's cool. Sorry, Jenny. Yes, very much so. It is a great school. Getting in UGA has definitely gotten harder over the last several years, but I got my undergraduate from UGA. I started at Georgia Tech years and years ago. I'm an educator. Then went to the University of Georgia, and then I got my master's from Georgia State. Christian says, yes, that was an evening a few months ago. My friend and I went live around 10 p.m. and we're on till like 8 a.m. Oh my God. I don't know if you get people like internationally then. Wow. Well, that's cool. Well, we're really happy to have you. Keep making connections with people, Kristen. This is a really connected community who want to support each other. And yeah, that's what I got to say about that. Okay, Pitter Pause, she was only 59. That's young. That's so young. That makes it very difficult. Wow. I like it. You're a good caboose. Okay, thank you for the support. That's what I typically try to do. I'm the caboose girl. Hey there, Tiffany Curry. I love you. Read aloud all the comments. I do because it helps me process. Because you guys have already read it like 5 minutes ago. Because I'm doing other stuff and I have to like catch up. And when I read it, then I can reply to you. So yes, I read the comments. You used to visit a couple of friends that went to Pitt used to visit a couple of friends that went to Pitt in the Art Institute. It's about 4.5 hour drive. Very cool. Okay. Awesome. I'm caught up. I'm going, people. I have to admit, the only reason I brought this to auction is it looks like it should be from somewhere ethnic. I have no clue where. So that's why I literally just wrote no connection. But it is a really cool, I believe to be probably brass etched bracelet. It's really pretty, very my style. I'm very plain about my jewelry. You know, I just have my diamonds in my ear. I wear my wedding ring. I'm pretty simple. But the jewelry I wear is pretty simple. So it's about a 7.25-ish, and I'm going to start the auction now. But it does have a spring ring clasp and some beautiful etched kind of circle links together. So if that's your style, then there it is for anyone who might be interested in that. Isn't that pretty, little circles? Doesn't it look like it should be from some country? Okay, thanks for looking at it, everyone. Alrighty then, going to the next. Okay, this is definitely a unique item. I was at a thrift store. I think I was in like Philadelphia. My daughter is a competitive figure skater, and I'm traveling all the time on the eastern states, all the time. And I was in a thrift store, and I actually had them pull this out of their behind the glass section, but it didn't have a crazy price on it. And I didn't even know it was sterling, but I was suspicious that it was sterling. But when I Google Lens it, I definitely pull it up. I pull up the exact box, which is like over $100 listed. It does test for some percentage of sterling. The only reason I wrote vintage 800 silver is because the listing that I found on um, Google Lens said 800. And it's not like when we test for gold, we can figure out the percent like 10 or 14 or 18. But when we test for silver, we can't really test that unless you're kind of paying attention to how well the scratch is or whatever. So, but yeah, it's just a little pill box. And again, if you were to take a screenshot of this right now, which I'm going to go ahead and do it for you because I want this to be a learning experience. And many of you could possibly be in this live and be like, what the heck is she talking about? Google Lens. What the heck is that? So a lot of resellers in the modern age have an excellent tool that's called the Google Lens. And most of us on our phones, sorry for I'm trying to get my ring light to not show up on my screen, already have Google downloaded. If you click on your Google app and you come over here and you see the little camera, click on the camera and it'll bring you to something called Google Lens. And then what you can do is you can run what's called a visual search. So this is going to hunt for things. Actually, I want to do it with the white background. It's going to look better. That look the same. Hold on, I have to make my thing. So it's going to pull this up visually. And so this was the listing that I found right here. Let's see if I can find it. Where it is, I don't know. But it does exist in here somewhere because I looked for it. There it is. Oh, I'm wrong. It wasn't 100 and something. I must have saw another listing. This one's only 65. But there you go. Pillbox. It's pretty cool. So I'm going to start that auction now for anyone who might think that's cool beans thing to take on their trips and put their pills in it. You know, we get old, the amount of pills we take every day increase. I take so many, I have to like write them down to make sure I don't get them the colors confused. It's a sad state. Thank you for looking. Okay. My next thing. Curry, I love you read a lot of the comments. Okay. And then Jenny says, I used to visit. We read that. Okay. Yes, they look like symbols. Are you saying that the pillbox looks like a symbol? What looks like a symbol? You can do the same with eBay app and it will bring up the listings and then you can sort to see what items sold for. Great. Okay. No, the link bracelet, it does look like symbols. I agree for 100%. It does. Okay. Are you ready for this gorgeousness? These are stunning. Stunning. Love, love, love. And I especially love when you go into a thrift store and they have no clue what they have just put for sale for, you know, not $68. I probably paid 20 for this. So maybe they thought it had some value, so good for them. But if you go and you look at comps for beautiful cloisonne, hand knotted, look at those beauties. You're going to look at things in the top, in the high hundreds, like 190, 200, 250. I mean, like there's a whole range. So the 68 thing is quite a good deal. But I'm going to start that auction. It it does in fact have a box clasp, and you know it's vintage. So could it be? It's a little bit loose here. Could it be restrung? Maybe, but it's not falling apart. It's still in immaculate, beautiful condition. So for anyone who's interested in that lusciousness, it's there for you. Okay, thanks for taking a look. All right, I'm moving on. I pulled this out today. It's been on my eBay store for a while, but all I thought was cloisonne. And when you go and look at some listings for these little cloisonne fish that are reticulated, you would be blown away. Like there are some selling for like crazy amounts. I don't know, maybe because they're reticulated. I was watching someone show the other day on our own Lilyworks marketplace, and they pulled out a reticulated fish. It might be, not Maria, it might be Jennifer with hints of violet. She can clarify for me. But for some reason, you know, she's the one who has all those enameled, you know, like trinket boxes. But I think she pulled out a cloisonne fish that was reticulated that was very similar to this. But when you go and look at comps, you know, I mean, they are not unnoted. They are definitely something to look for. So I'm going to start the bid. It was a $13 start bid. Thanks, Felicia, for your bid on that. But he is cute. You know, he is meant to be a pendant. But I'm sure if you wanted to use him for another use, but he's just cool. So I think Felicia's going to have to name him. Felicia, do you fish? Give me your fish connection. Or do you just like cloisonne? And are you going to have to name him? He is spectacular. No kidding. I used to. Crappy. You used to. So this cloisonne fish, if we were to decide what kind of fish it was, what kind of fish do you think he is? Huh? Look at his whole reticulatedness. He's so cool. Like, I'm going to hold him way back here by his tail, and I'm going to let you see, how he can move back and forth just like a fish. It's like he should be a lure, a fish lure. You think that's a koi. Okay, I believe that. Isn't that the kind of fish they put in all those fancy Asian ponds? Puddin' is going to love that necklace. Amen to that, D. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, name for him. You might call him koi. Like he's shy, but yet also a koi fish. It can have multiple meanings. I say bass. You think he looks like a bass? Thinking. I love that. Cool beans. Okay, thanks for that. Thanks for that bid. Okay, a very simple, we all know why I'm bringing up cloisonne. Cloisonne, obviously now not all cloisonne was made in China because I'm sure other countries can make it. But one of us questioned, well, I don't know where cloisonne started. I don't know. I think of cloisonne, I think of things coming from China, but especially in the antique world when it comes to vases, trinket containers. Like I have lots of cloisonne things. But it may have started somewhere else. That's possible. Hey, Brooks' mama, who, by the way, is Colleen, because I didn't even have to look at my cheat sheet, but I knew she was Colleen because I wrote her in my cheat sheet. And then I just remembered it. Hey there. Okay. So very simple cloisonne pendant. It's got some pretty flowers on it. It's a $4 start for anyone who might be interested in that. Yeah. But now I need to go and research like where cloisonne really started at the way beginning. Yes, already in the list. What's in the list? It's already in the list. Oh, right. Her name. Yes. Her name is already in the list. Yes, you are correct. Thank you, Dee. You are my researcher tonight. God bless you. I Googled it. It says Egypt. Okay. It's interesting because how often do we feel like in the vintage jewelry world, do we get things that we feel like came from Egypt as cloisonne? But that is interesting, and I believe it. Thanks for looking at that. Okay. What else we got? LNR. What does that stand for? You see, my kids do these letters and their texts, and I'm supposed to know what that means. Oh, maybe that's an I. I know, right? Oh, I know, right? Yeah. Okay, cool. Okay. Another pair of cloisonne earrings. Apparently, they could be from Egypt or America or China. But all I know is they are of the cloisonne style. Here you go. Hot diggity dog. Move to stage. Here we go. A big $3 start on those lovelies. Hook. There's your back. I don't think they have butterflies in it. I think it's just floral. So I'm going to start the bid. It's a $3 start for those little cute cloisonne earrings. And I love to see Tiffany order because she ordered a few things from me the other night. And so for those of you that I haven't said it yet, when you've ordered with me, a lot of times will have shows back to back. And so I just hold on to my shipping on purpose so that all of you can benefit from progressive shipping, because our progressive shipping means that Tiffany, who ordered some other things and she already paid $4.50 for, I can't remember the other things she bought. I could go get it out of my tub over there. But all the additional things she orders between now and Tuesday, when I ship everything out, because tomorrow I'm going to be doing the caboose doing antiques and collectibles, which I also have all that to sell. And then Monday and Fridays are my normal shows. So I usually, if I'm on the train, I have a Friday, a Saturday, a Sunday, and a Monday show all in a row. And then all during the week, I don't do any shows. I'm shipping, I'm, prepping, and I don't do any shows during the week. Well, past Monday. And then of course Friday. But Tiffany only pays 50-cent shipping for this. And even more than that, let's say, I'm not saying Tiffany has done this, but let's say Tiffany, if she ordered 10 things from me and she paid $4.50 plus 9 times 50 cents, which is another $4.50, $9. And when I figured out what my costs were and it only cost me $6 or $7 or whatever it is, I will usually refund the difference. And Tiffany's been a customer with me to know that. Now, the last time Tiffany ordered from me, I accidentally gave her a double refund, accidentally, because I was trying to refund somebody else. So we'll figure that out in here. But that's the fact is, don't ever worry about when you're purchasing, and what most of the sellers, I would say, in Lilyworks are probably the same. But when you're buying and shipping antiques, obviously that's more expensive. And none of you expect us as the buyers to pay for your shipping if that's not what we've put up for sale. But I also don't expect you to pay $25 for shipping when my costs only were $17. And when I say my costs, I do include the fact that I paid for the shipping, but then I had to buy a brand new box that cost me $1. Like I include my packaging cost, which is pretty minimal, but I always refund the difference. So just so you know, that's the fact. Yeah, I won't refund you the difference, but you know what? I don't know how many you're going to order, whatever, between now and Monday, which is my last show before I ship on Tuesday. But still, if you go over that difference, which I know it's only like $4 difference, I'm not here to steal your money. I'm here to give you a good deal and give you a good time and to give you a hangout. And again, I'm also here that I want resellers to still feel I work really hard trying to get really good deals on all the things that I list. I spend a lot of time thrifting, and I am a cheapskate. So the things that I pay for things are really good prices because I usually won't pay up for a lot of things. And I really try to bring that benefit back to you guys, who I know a lot of you are resellers. So if I'm making some money, I also am hoping that there's wiggle room in there for you as resellers to also be able to do that. And I'm quite aware that many of you guys are resellers, and so that's okay. So I'm sorry, I will shut up now. Tiffany, those are heading to you. So let me bring up my next thing. So according to the knowledge in which I've gained from Hannah with Fleurs de Montagne, and the fact that I had to scroll back in my messages to her about 6 months ago to when I sent her a picture of this and said, hey, where do you think these are from? And she replied to me, she believes they're Czech. Thank goodness I have that resource. I am, in fact, selling these as Czech beads because, according to Hannah, my little glass professional and knowledgeable woman, says she believes that they're Czech. So, again, these are capped with some filigree-ish beads. They are amber in color, but if you do pull this up on a Google Lens search, you will find some that are very similar and have these kind of, it almost looks like tiger like lines in there. But I have a $15 start on those 34-inch vintage beads, which I'm trying to look for a clasp. I don't actually think this set of beads has a clasp on it, but it's definitely long enough to put over your neck. So they're super pretty and really nice. And thank you so much, Tiffany, for your bid on that. And I really want you to get a feel for close up. Again, district is hard because you can't really zoom in very well, but I want to bring you a little closer. So you see all of those are capped, at least those bigger ones. It's a really nice buy. So congrats there, Tiffany. And those are coming along your way. Okay. Easy peasy. Love it. Okay. Okay. So here's another set of check beads. Hannah bid on them. Oh, go, Hannah. So the reason my price point is so low on these, Hannah, I'm not an idiot. I realize that they do have value. But these need, in my opinion, to be restrung. And I know that Hannah has the ability to restrung her vintage Murano or Japanese or check beads, because I've seen her work. Hannah just, first of all, Hannah's very knowledgeable about glass beads, but she also is so talented in repurposing and, making her own unique vintage pieces from, parts of old jewelry. It's just beautiful. And so the beads are perfect and beautiful and gorgeous. And according to Hannah, she says that and I asked her about these beads. She said that she felt like these were most likely check, because check often will have silver kind of specks in there. Even though these look gold, this looks like gold flecks, but I think the gold flecks that we more often see in Murano are more like goldy to copperish. And maybe I'm wrong, but maybe the check beads, when she says the check beads are typically more of flecks that are silver, because this sort of looks silvery to light gold. But her guess was check beads. But in my opinion, because you can definitely, these are not individually knotted. So because this is vintage and there's been some time, and obviously the string over time stretches. Now, this is not on the brink of tearing or breaking, but because it's not individually knotted, all of these beads slide down. You know what I mean? And you end up with something that at some point will need to be restrung. So, I am aware that they're worth more than that, but I'm really happy for Hannah, who obviously is knowledgeable, if she wins this bid, to get those. And I don't know if Hannah is still in the chat or if she's gone to sleep. I may have put her to sleep. That's possible. But yeah, so now that Hannah is just won something, it's the first thing she's ever bought from me, although I've sent her in the mail probably 5 things, because her and I are friends and we send things back and forth. I'll have to send her some extra special goodies too. I just love my Hannah. Okay, so those are coming to Hannah. And again, I want to remind people before Faye left that any of you that are new in here and aren't aware of this, if you didn't see all of the live video and you want to be able to go back and view it, you can go back and view any live video in district by oh my God, I was so afraid the whole live got shut off. I had an alarm set to remind me to do something, and I turned it off and the screen went black. And I thought that I hung up to all of you. Woohoo. Hey, Cam. Thanks for coming in. But yeah, I want to remind you that you can go into the Lilyworks Jewels and Lots, and just like when you went into this live, you clicked on live stream and then you saw the picture of the person coming up. Or maybe, for all I know, you started at 3:00 today and you just got rated into each new show. But the point is, if you go into the live stream tab, under it, you'll see all the live streams that are coming up. But if you keep scrolling up, eventually, instead of seeing the date and the time of when it's coming up, you'll start seeing 3 days, 4 days, 1 week, 1 month. You'll be able to see all the shows that have already happened. And you can click on one of those shows and it gives you the option to watch replay. So you can watch anything again, just in case you didn't know. Okay, so my next thing here is, and I'm going to have to get this out of my next little baggie here, some Picasso check beads here. I actually have another set of these on my eBay page. I do also do sales on eBay. I don't do live shows anywhere else but District, even though it does get sent over to YouTube and on my YouTube channel. So kind of I do live sales on YouTube, but on eBay, usually I take my most higher level, precious metal, precious gemstones, more valuable things I sell on eBay. Uh, so hey, Aloha Girl and Cam Cam and Aloha Girl via, everyone makes fun of me. My cheat sheet is, I should already know her name. Irene, Aloha Girl. Okay. So here is a string of what is considered to be check glass. Sometimes you can see these where they are hand knotted in between. This particular necklace has links in between with what is in fact, hey Frankie, thanks for coming in, faux pearls. Hey, sorry I'm back. Hannah, I'm laughing because of all the time you and I have known each other. I don't know if you were here for my whole speech on, you did win that, by the way. My whole speech on the fact that I wanted to make sure Hannah knew that I'm not a dummy, and I know that those check glass beads were worth way more than 18, but the reason I had put them up for such a low bid was because they do in fact need to be restrung. They aren't hand knotted, so over time that string just kind of stretches, and so that was why that price point was lower. Because you've taught me everything I know. And so I didn't want you to be like, oh my God, is she an idiot? What did I teach her? And she goes and lists it for $18. I know that they're more valuable than that. But that was the reason. I don't have the ability to restring it, but you do. So you were the perfect person to buy it. Anyways, so this Picasso check glass beads, like I said, I have actually on my Facebook page, oh God, where's my brain? My eBay store, I have Picasso beads that look just like this, but they're hand knotted. But this particular set is in fact linked in between with faux pearls. And this is 34 inches long. And, oh, not this one. Hold on. I got to pull up my next one. Move to stage. Bring to stage. This particular strand of Picasso beads, is 42 inches long. So long enough that you could, in fact, double it. Probably not more than that. There is not a clasp on it, but they are beautiful. And I'm going to start the auction now. It had an $18 start. Beautiful, beautiful beads. Hey, thanks, Tiffany, so much for that. They're really lovely. And I really want to go pull out my other check beads just to show you that these Picasso beads, the ones that have, they look just the same, but they have knots in them. They're almost identical. I'm going to grab them because I want you to see them. Where are my check beads? I'm looking. Sorry, I'm finding them. Hold on. I just want to show them to you. I haven't forgotten about you. I'm not leaving you, I promise. Where are my check beads? This is driving me nuts. I feel like they should be in here, but they're not. That is strange. Oh, here they are. And I also have another strand of what I believe to be a version of Picasso beads, also hand knotted, but they're a different style. But so here are the beads that Tiffany just bid on. They're beautiful, lovely. Okay, and so here is another set of Picasso beads that I have listed on my page. And like, here's an example of ones that are hand knotted, but they're very similar. They're just beautiful. I love them all. And then, I don't know, Hannah can correct me, but I think these are also a version of Picasso beads. I don't know. These are also hand knotted. They're on my YouTube page. I mean, my eBay page. I can't remember what I listed those as. Maybe I didn't list them as Picasso beads. Maybe I listed them as something else. I can't remember. But those are definitely, considered Picasso beads. So great bid there. Um, Tiffany, you will love those. Thank you so much. Okay, so let me set those aside. I'm throwing them on the bed behind me. Okay, what else do we have? I have a Damascene, very simple brooch. I think it's this one with the bird and a flower. So Damascene, I guess, is referred to as made in Spain. You know, I mean, I guess it's I can't really explain the technique of Damascene. All I know is generally it's always got like black and gold whenever I see it. And I don't know if it's a type of like etching on top of like a darker thing. Maybe someone in the chat, you brilliant people, can explain the technique. Someone can look it up, of Damascene, but it is in fact spelled Dama. Scene, and it traditionally is from Spain. So this particular brooch that I brought to auction has a trombone clasp, which trombone, you know, you pull it out like that, it comes out, and then in order to put it back, you put it in there and then you push it in, and it just closes it on there. So that's a trombone clasp. But I love birds, so I think that this is a very pretty brooch. So I'm going to start the auction there. It was a $10 start. And on the back, I don't know if this one actually says Spain. This particular one doesn't say Spain, but I still refer to it as Damascene. I know someone's out there looking up Damascene and going, okay, I'm gonna teach her. I'm gonna teach Curry what Damascene means. Hey, Tiffany again. Okay. So we got some other really lovely, look at Murano wedding cake beads, and Damascene, and, you know, micro mosaic, and, you know, Taxco / alpaca, I don't know which, and, more Cloisonne. So this is a fun little bunch. Let's see what's next. I have In All of Your Wildest Dreams, these beautiful Damascene swans. Now, mind you, when I went on to look at comps for him, I don't think most people have two of him. I have two of him, and they do, in fact, say Spain on the back. Gorgeous, great condition, perfection. IGTG, have a good night, Curry. I've got to go. You see, I got that figured out. Hey, thanks, Hannah. Have a good night. Thanks for hanging with us. Later, Gator. But I think when I was looking at comps for just one of them, I was seeing like $35 for one swan. So if you're wondering where my price point came from there, but I'm going to start the auction there. You can yourself look that up on a Google Lens yourself and kind of find that out yourself. So, but they're cute little swans. If anyone has any connection with swans, they are pretty unique. I haven't seen them before, and I appreciate you taking a look at that. Thank you so much. Okay. My next thing is another Damascene thing, and this one is I believe these are faux pearl. Yeah, I think they're glass pearls. But we have a Damascene kind of leaf brooch here. I'm trying to look and see if I see where it says Spain. If it does, I don't know that all Damascene style brooches or necklaces or whatever you have will say Spain, but I have a $7 start on that for anyone who might be interested. And this is what the back looks like in the front. Little floral, not floral, I'm sorry, leaves. Thanks for taking a look at that. Awesome, awesome. I don't know, last night I had a sore throat, and I have a sore throat tonight still. I think I just talk too much. Aloha Girl says, it is interesting to see these vintage beads, especially the Murano beads. When I was in Murano looking for beads, they put almost no value on them, and they are hard to find in the glass studios to purchase. Seriously. So number one, first of all, that's amazing that you've been to Italy and even visited there. That's so cool. I have not. And number two, they put no value on them because we think they're quite valuable. I think they're beautiful, and the artistic and skill that goes on behind the scenes to create those is pretty unbelievable. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. That's true. Okay. So here is another cloisonne. This one's a different color. A lot of times the cloisonne stuff is, I have lots of cloisonne, obviously. I brought like the smallest percentage of the cloisonne I have, but I obviously have a lot. This is really unique because I don't often see, first of all, this color in cloisonne. This to me looks more copperish in color tone than often I see this be either silver or gold. So it's a good background to that really cobalt blue of that butterfly brooch. So it's a $6 start on that butterfly brooch for anyone who's interested in that. It's a nice brooch with a normal safety clasp on the back. And then Miss Felicia, I don't know if she fell in love with the butterflies or if she fell in love with the blue. But to me, I don't often see cloisonne with the blue. So that's what I love about that. Very cool. It's a nice one. Oh, it's the copper. Yeah, and let me show you closer. I don't even think it's per se copper because it's you know how when things are old enough, they'll start to, we'll get not sterling silver isn't the only thing that can tarnish. Other things can sort of tarnish, but you can see maybe some tarnishing happening, but the copper look has so perfectly come through onto this side that it's just a totally different look. So I've never seen a brooch like that. That's cloisonne. So good find. Okay. So I'm moving on. I've got a really cool micro mosaic mandolin. And when I do buy these beautiful micro mosaics, for those of you who are not aware, they make some faux micro mosaics out there, or shall I say, they make some micro mosaics that really aren't Murano, Italian made micro. They make some mosaics, but the size of the glass is not even close to as small as you see it in here. So the true Italian made micro mosaics, this is made, as earlier we were talking about, the canes of glass that help make the Millefiori. Well, they use those, I guess, from what my friend said here. I'm just showing you where it says Italy. They use those to make the micro mosaics. And yes, that does say Italy on the back. But when I do pick these up, I really try to make a point of making sure that there's no missing glass in there. Because you know what? When we get a necklace or something that loses a rhinestone, we have the skill to maybe replace that rhinestone. But we don't necessarily have the skill or the glass in that size and shape and color to fix a micro mosaic. So to me, I won't buy them unless I know that they're all complete. So this is a really good starting price point. This is not much higher from what I actually paid for it, but I wanted to bring it to a point where it's affordable for people. I didn't find this in some jewelry bag. This was in a haul, and I literally bought it for what I paid for it at the thrift store, which I think was something around $8 or $9. So this is not a huge money-making thing for me, but they're definitely valuable, often more valuable than $12 per se. But this is cool because it's like a little mandolin with a little flower. Look, I wish I could really show you enough to appreciate how cool it is. Little pieces of glass. So cool. I love it. My mom, when she was still alive, she played the mandolin. My voice sounds croaky like a frog. Okay. What else do we have? That's what I made in Rome. So you made a micro mosaic? Please share. What do you mean? That's what I made in Rome. So you went to Rome, Italy, and then you spent time learning how to make a micro mosaic yourself. You took a class. That is so cool. Do you still have the piece that you made? Because if you do, then when you have your show tomorrow, you have got to bring that piece onto your show and show me the Felicia made micro mosaic. It's in that studio. I apprenticed. Oh my God. Who am I to sit here and talk about micro mosaics when we got Felicia who friggin' apprenticed at that studio? Well, I just need to shut up. What else can you add to I hope I didn't state anything wrong. Was I somewhat accurate? Felicia, you baffle me. You are just amazing. Oh, I'm so embarrassed because I hope I didn't say anything wrong. Because you would know. Oh, that's nice. I try to research, but I can't say that I have the personal experience to say that I was there. You know what I mean? Like, it's so cool. I just love the story behind things. With that, here's another micro mosaic. This is the last one that I'm bringing tonight. But this one is a little rectangular one. It's really beautiful on the back, actually. You see beautiful kind of embossed designs there. And it's hard for you to see, but I believe this also says Italy somewhere on the back. Yes, right in the center. You can't really see it, but in the box in the center, it literally just says made in Italy. It's just hard to see. But again, I mean, look at the size of those. So when you apprenticed for them, I mean, who gets a job there? Like, you were probably one of few to get to apprentice there. Wow. Did you make any? And I'm sure. I mean, like, it's like stupid for me to sit here and say $12 to charge on a micro mosaic. I'm fully aware of the artistic hours. It's kind of like me and all of the I've told you, at least the people that I know on Lilyworks that I've worked with Rachel, that I do. I hand bead and stone all of these Swarovski figure skating dresses that every single stone is individually glued down. And it probably takes me 40 hours to make a dress. Like, it takes me forever. So I can appreciate that. Let me start that auction. My ear hurts too. I must be coming down with a cold. I don't know why my ear hurts, but it hurts when I swallow. Photos, please. Yeah, exactly. We need photos of her work. Do you have any photos of anything that you made, Felicia? Oh my gosh, my ear is killing me. Thanks, Irene. Good bid. You're going to love that. It's so beautiful. I'm going to give you the close-up. And I love that the back is so like, it's kind of got those, not all of them. Some of them will say Italy on the back, but they don't have all those swirls. So that's really pretty. And if you look along the side here, it's really pretty. So you're going to love that. Yay. I'm so happy for you. Okay. So that's heading home with Irene. Very lovely. What'd she say? That is so tedious, but it is work of the love of your daughter. I said, oh yes. Okay. So do you want me to blow you away? Okay. I'm not exactly highly artistic, but I will show you some pictures of some dresses I've made, and this will blow your mind. Now, mind you, I start with blank slates. Like, I've done this for years. My daughter has competed in high levels of U.S. figure skating and has had massive success, especially in the collegiate world. People come to me to have me stone their dresses. They pay me for my time, of course, but I do use Swarovski crystals. I did at some point post a whole bunch of pictures in a chat with some people with Lilyworks. But I think there's a section on my phone that I have a whole bunch of dresses that I made because people ask me all the time, show me this, show me that. I mean, like, I stoned that dress. Those are all individual stones, every single one of them. That circle is made up of about 50 stones. But this is what I do. All Swarovski. Let me see. I mean, oh my God. I mean, these are dress after dress after dress of stoning that I've done for people. Look at this beautiful, this is my daughter here. She's much younger here. But here's a dress I've stoned. Oh my God. I could blow your mind. I mean, I could go on and on and on. And you know what? It really doesn't do it justice unless you see it on the ice, because there's something about the beautiness of the way the lights hit. Here's my daughter again in another dress that I've stoned. The way the lights hit, you know, you talk about Felicia talking about the perfect lighting when you're doing a show. Well, the lights when you're on the ice are like perfect, whatever they are, because they make Swarovski crystal, fashioned dresses just like sparkle. I also sew, so I had to. She does ice dance for U.S. figure skating, so I had to make a dress there that was aesthetically like it went along with the polka. So here's a dress that I physically made and stoned. Here she is in it, my daughter, all from scratch. I made the whole thing. But see, you didn't really want to hear all this, but she just graduated from NYU. And so I have people on her team that come to me to have me do their dresses. Like, these start out as a blank slate. This is a dress I made for my daughter. And it was just pink, flat pink. And that's video. So you can see, those were, different appliques that I deconstructed and pulled apart into different colors so that I could place them on this dress. She had a program that, kind of pulled in the idea. I think it was a program from, oh gosh, I'm not going to be able to remember the movie, but all of those stones on top of those dresses, those are AB coded, just like in our jewelry, we get AB coded things. But I specifically order them. Here she is, styling it up in the dress I made. Yes, she's very appreciative, if you ask. And yes, I get the dress blank slate, but I'll put $500-$600 of stones on a dress where I just buy the stones and spend hundreds and hundreds of dollars for stones. Sorry, let me find a few more that I'm going to blow your mind. I did do a dress a couple years ago that she wore just recently. These are more dresses that I've done that she had for It's Raining Men. And so it was like so over the top of a dress. Usually I never put this many stones on a dress. Sorry, I'm trying to find pictures of it. And it is like incredible. I also did this. These are all appliques. It was for Roaring 20s. So that was a blank slate, a purple dress, plain, nothing on it. And I did it all. So, I have to use chalk and measure to give it the aesthetic look. because it has to look like the time. This is supposed to look like Roaring Twenties. And there's a headband and gloves, and there's rings on her fingers, even though you can't even see them there. I mean, these are all dresses I've done. That's another dress I've done. This is a dress I did that she skated to Journey, Can't Stop Believing. But the whole dress was influenced by the album that I Can't Stop Believing came off of, which if I showed you the album cover, you'll see where I got my inspiration. And you really can't appreciate how much detail work is in that unless you look really close up, because I have different shapes of stones. I don't know if I can even make it look not blurry, but, in there. And I'm sort of giving it the ombre look of clear crystal to yellow to red to blue to black. It was intentionally supposed to be ombre. You see, you guys got me sent off down this rabbit hole. Here, I made my son. I made him this wizard thing because he and his friend were going to be wizards for Halloween. But look at the cool hat. Yeah, I made this all from scratch. And his friend. And randomly, I didn't make this, but I do Zumba. And last year, during Zumba for Halloween, I dressed up as Mr. Potato Head. And here I am in the middle of exercise class, Zumba, in my Mr. Potato Head thing. Isn't that funny? Sorry, I got to find you this one dress, and I promise you I'll move on. This is it's Raining Men dress. It's stunning. I got to find it. Well, here she is in it because I have all these professional photos of her skating, but this picture doesn't do it justice. But you can sort of see the entire front is covered in stones. And those aren't the same size stones. They're different sizes, and they are different colors. And it's meant to look uneven and asymmetrical. Anyways, so I think you've seen enough. I've bored you enough. Yeah, I could go on and on and on. My daughter is like, I'm not trying to toot her horn, but a proud parent always has to say this stuff. In the collegiate world, she is like done unbelievable. She's like a 7-time national champion collegiately with NYU on individual championships within nationals. She's done really well. She's also got a national several times as an ice dancer, and as well as a freestyler. So it's kind of been her world. Anyways, sorry for going down that path. Anyways, it is. And, there are some people that will say, figure skating's not a sport, or golf's not a sport, or, all those people, car, the people who race car driving, is that a sport? Well, you're not physically doing anything. I don't know. How do we define a sport? But whatever. So anyways, here are some alpaca earrings. Oh, I shouldn't say they're alpaca. Let's look on the back. I'm not sure. But if they're alpaca, they are not silver. They are silver-like. Let's see what they say. I'm going to have to look with my thing. It says Alpaca, Mexico. So they are a triangle, earring. We're looking at about 1.5 inches-ish. We have a $5 start on that. I started the auction now. Yeah, so there you go. Some triangle. And this does have some type of resin over it, so it definitely is abalone underneath. But it's been covered with a resin in the way that they designed the earring. So thanks for looking at that. I have another alpaca item that I will bring to the stage. And what are you guys saying? It's an ultimate sport. BS, it for sure is a sport. Like to see those people try to do what your daughter does. Yeah, there's a lot of really talented skaters. She works really hard, but she's also like, she just graduated from NYU in New York City with her undergraduate in biology, and now she just started her master's degree at NYU with a master's in biology. Then she's going to take a year off, and then she's going to med school. So she knows that she's counting down the days where mom and dad will help financially support her skating, which is not cheap, as you could imagine. And so she is in her final year, because next year when she graduates with her master's and she does full-time work in her year off before med school, she'll, if she wants to skate, it'll be on her own. It's not a cheap sport. As you know, it's kind of like golf is not cheap. Tennis is not cheap. Equestrian is not cheap. What do you think about abalone? No longer available. I know, it's crazy. It's crazy because you know what? We can still sort of readily find it often. But you're right. The values of those things are going to go up. And it's going to, we're going to start to not see it. And so did they sort of make that law or that change for a similar reason that they made it illegal for ivory to be used? Because in some way it's endangering the natural species of things. What was the reason that they stopped allowing alpaca to be used abalone to be used in jewelry, endangered species? That's what I figured. Yeah. It's a bummer, but I also appreciate the importance of taking care of our earth. It is a great school. That the hat would be nice. What hat? Oh, are you talking about in the thing I made for my son? I don't know, a hat. My niece did Irish dancing. I couldn't believe the prices of the dresses. 100%. You are right, Jenny. Yes. And I have nieces that are in ballet and dance, and really expensive, especially when they're always doing different shows. 100%. That's really cool. Irish dancing is really neat and exhausting to watch. But like, they're talented. You know what I mean? Okay. So I have a Mexico 925. I don't know why it says always. That is a typo. What did I mean? This is in fact a ring that is sizable, but it is in fact still sterling silver, as you can see it here. But I have no idea. I have to look inside why I wrote always on it. Hold on. It says 925. It says Mexico. I'm going to remove always. I don't know why always is in there. Maybe I was speaking. That's all I can imagine. Okay. So I did acid test this. It is in fact 925. It probably is turquoise. I can only imagine it probably would be. Kind of the domed look there. I didn't run the alpaca brooch. No problem. I skipped. I'll do that next. Oh, it's sitting there right now. Okay. It's still waiting for me. Thank you for straightening me out. Oh, Felicia, you can cover YouTube. I'm falling asleep. Oh, good night. I'm sorry. It's my fault. Good night, Mel. We love you, Mel. Thank you for helping. You rid off all those people. We like people from YouTube, but they have to actually want to be here for the purpose of what we're doing. I'm going to start the auction now. That is a vintage Mexico alpaca kind of pendant / brooch. And down here at the bottom, it's running now. We got 10 seconds left. It says Alpaca Mexico. So, so that means if it's alpaca that it's not sterling silver, but it is cool. So we got that. And then I'll bring our little ring to stage. And this ring is, in fact, sterling silver. It probably is turquoise. Yes, in fact, it is a sizable thing. But if we look on the inside, if I was able to show you with lights really well, you would see it says Mexico and it also says 925. And you can also see all the tarnishing going on. So it's actually a really pretty ring. I have pretty dainty small fingers and I think it looks pretty. So I have a $7 start on that. And I started it now for anyone who's interested in a pretty little ring. It is nice. Look at all those little details. I like it. Okay. Thank you so much for looking at that. I am almost at the end. I do have some left, but I need to quit talking. Sorry. I'm sorry. Okay. Let's see what else we got. Oh, we got this dude. He's fun. This I bought as a haul. Like it didn't come in a jewelry bag or anything. So I did pay up for him. I probably paid $15 at least for him. So this isn't a big money-making thing for me. If you do go on and do a Google search of him, you'll see costs of $40 to $50 listing for him. On the back, we have the words JMM Sterling Martinez. And so it is a brooch. You can see him with this little sombrero guy. Isn't he cute? With his little like shoes on, all sterling. And I'm going to start the auction now. Yeah, he's a valuable little guy. And there's 15 seconds left on our little friend here. We can't even see his face, but he is so cool. And he was a good find at a vintage store. I think it was actually a consignment store that I was at. I sound very scratchy. Okay, I have a couple Murano glass bead jewelry items here. Let's show you this Millie Fioro hand knotted little bracelet here. Now, I will say this spring ring clasp is funking up a little. It is not gold. It's gold tone. This is Millie Fiore. This is Murano, but I will replace him and it will look just the same color. So don't worry. I will send, if anyone were to get this bracelet, I will send a brand new clasp on that. But again, we have hand knotted and capped beads. It's beautiful. And it is 6.5 inches. I'm going to start the auction now. It's a $24 start. You can probably see these bracelets, Millie Fioro, Murano, more in the realm of $40 to $50 when you do Google searches on listings, that sort of thing. So it's pretty, hand knotted. Okay, cool. Thanks for taking a look. All right. I have here, gosh, my ear is killing me. Coming down with something. Another set of beautiful beads here. I'm going to go ahead and put it on a neck here for you. If I can hold it back far enough that you can appreciate what it looks like. But these are, in fact, wedding cake beads. And in between, that is hand knotting. It's not a white seed bead. It's white hand knotting. I guess you would still consider that to be milk glass if it's made in Italy. I don't know. Maybe it's just called white, Murano glass. I don't know. But these are traditionally known as wedding cake beads. And this is 22 inches long, gorgeous. And I had this listed on my eBay page. I pulled it down just for tonight, but it's listed on eBay for like, $85 or something. So anyways, I'm going to start the auction now on that beautiful necklace. For anyone who could be interested in that. Oh my God, I completely forgot to do trivia. I got so distracted. Do you have another reticulated fish? I don't. He is cool, isn't he? But if I find another one, I will let you know. He's so cool. Okay, thanks for looking at that. Okay. I'm going to grab my last bag. This is my last bag. It's actually got like 12 things in it, I think. Okay. But I have to ask this. Did I just give the answer away? Maybe you already saw it. I don't know. Okay. What kind of map uses contour lines to connect points of equal elevation? I don't know. Probably topographical. Because I know that has to do with like that. It's not a political map. It's not a weather map. My guess is C. Yay for us. Woohoo. We got that. We got to ask another one because we didn't do any. Hold on. Here's another one. What's the capital of Tennessee? Oh my gosh. Well, okay. That's easy. If anyone knows their capitals. There you go. Good job. Okay. We'll do one more. Sorry, I failed on my trivia question thing. How many countries are in North America? Okay. I think, how many countries? Did they mean countries or did they mean states? Or did they mean how many countries are in the Northern Hemisphere? How many countries are in North America? North America is a country. Oh, no, I'm sorry. That's a continent. What are we talking about? I'm so confused. I think that question is written wrong. How many countries are in North America? Maybe it's supposed to say how many countries are in South America. That's possible because North America just literally has Canada and the United States. Well, no, I'm sorry. North America is Canada, the United States. That's it. Panama too, but these aren't right. So all I can think is it might be how many countries are in South America because I think there's a lot. I think it's a mistake. It says D. I think it's a mistake. We're going to ignore that one and ask one more. That was a dumb question. Someone screwed up. Which of these are not one of the Great Lakes? Okay, somebody's going to know this. I know this. Throw that question out. Watch me. Here, you ready? This is how I don't believe in that question. That is all wrong. We're going to throw that away. Okay. Which of these are not one of the Great Lakes? It's not. North America goes all the way to Panama. Right, but it doesn't have 23 countries. It's above the Mason-Dixon line. Countries are different than, there's only a couple countries. Okay, anyways. Obviously, this is A because it's not a Great Lake. I knew that one. Okay, let's go. Last bag. Let's finish out strong. Finishing out strong. All right, because I've brought you the Native Americanness, I did, of course, have to bring you a fetish necklace. Heshi fetish with fish and, because Native American, it's still part of the world and we're going around the world. Isn't this stunning? So this is Heshi. I think this is what these are referred to as. And you've got all these birds made of probably abalone mixed with turquoise in between. This is not a cheap necklace. This has definitely got value. Yeah, but it's beautiful. I'm not sure. Maybe Felicia can tell me. But Zuni I put in there because I saw it on a listing, but what part of this is referring to as Zuni? Fetish, I think, are the animals, whether it's a bird or a fish or a whatever. But what does the Zuni mean? I know the Heshi is these like shells. I don't know what Zuni is. You trust the teacher. The question was right. How many countries are in North America? I'm going to look it up on my phone because I'm a teacher too, and I'm like baffled. But she's a history teacher, so I don't doubt Tiffany because she definitely knows what time. Maybe I'm not understanding what question it's asking, because when I think of countries in North America, I thought it would, because Alaska is part of North America, but that's part of the United States, and then you just have Canada. So North America as a continent would only have two. I don't understand. Hold on. How many countries are in North America? Oh my God. She is right. How do I not understand this? I'm so confused. What does it say? What is considered North America? Well, I guess that's the question. Maybe I'm not considering what North America is to be what other people are considered North America. How many countries are in North America? Learn about North America. There are 23 independent countries in North America. There are also many territories that belong to other countries, though it is possible that some of these territories will one day be independent countries. I'm so confused. North America? Okay, so, oh, sorry. Do we even have? So, that's North America. I mean, this is an old map. This is not accurate, mind you. This is like some like thing you buy at Marshall's. But North America is this continent. I guess North America includes Antarctica, but you have America, you have Canada, and Antarctica, but maybe it wraps around onto the other side of the planet. Central America is culturally separate, but politically not. Or I'm sorry, culturally separate, but politically not. But apparently it's just North and South America. You see, I guess I only think of it politically, North America and South America. Whoa, this is blowing my mind as I tore the question up, the teacher in me. Canada, US, Mexico, Panama, Ecuador. And I'm tired to think of the others. But I thought of Mexico. Now it's really blowing my mind as being, well, I guess North America is considered anything north of the equator. I don't know. Is that what's considered North America? I always thought North America was like the division somewhere where it got really thin land wise. And then you had North America and South America, like somewhere in there. But maybe where it gets really thin, I wasn't considering all those. So maybe I'm wrong. I am wrong. Wow. Social studies, it's been a while. and the Caribbean separate. Central America is culture separate but politically, but apparently it's just North and South America. Me too. We are thinking of the whole continent. North America stopped at the southern part of Panama. That is why I'm an artist. That's the thin part of Panama. You see, you and I are thinking in the same way. Well, I have some research to do, and I have to go tape that question back together. Okay. Well, now that I made an idiot of myself, we're going to move on. But thank you, Tiffany, for being here to help us understand that sometimes people are just completely plain old wrong. Okay. Anyways, so we have this fetish necklace. I'm going to run it. If anyone's interested, it is beautiful and gorgeous. For anyone who appreciates that thing, they see the value in fetish and specifically fetish necklaces. But I appreciate you guys looking at that. No, you didn't. Sorry. Hard to leave the teacher at school. But I honestly, I did not even consider the idea that they were looked at different politically versus socially, or whatever the wording is you used. I never thought of it as being culturally versus politically, them being different. So, that's my bad. And obviously other people in this chat felt the same as me. So you never stop learning, people. You never stop learning. Here's a beautiful Navajo style. Sorry, look at me like burping in the background. There's half burping, half like yawning. Gorgeous, beautiful. Look at this stunning ring. This is turquoise. This is in fact sterling. It's a size 5. And I'm a 5, but more like a 5.5, so I can't barely get it on my finger. I could if I pushed it, but I'm not going to. But it's fun. And when I look up comps for it, it's pretty darn valuable. But I started the auction now. Isn't it pretty? It's not one of those sizers. Like, it is, in fact, a sized ring. But it's lovely. And I'm sorry, goodness gracious, I have tested it, and it does have a cabochon in there. Culturally, many countries in North America are more like South America, which is where I think the confusion comes from. That's right. Spain and Portugal were here long before British. Okay, I agree with you. Thank you for teaching us about that. Wow. Crazy. Here's some more cloisonne. Have we had enough cloisonne tonight? I'm almost done with it. I'm almost over the cloisonne. But here's a $5. Actually, I'm going to change it to $4 just because these are clip back earrings. And they're looking like this. Right there. They're in great condition. They are, in fact, clip back. And you see, this is the gold, Felicia, that I was used to seeing a lot of times on this cloisonne stuff. That's why that other one stood out so much to me. That looked much more copyish. I'm going to start the auction now on those clip back earrings. A $4 start. That was the other copper. Kidding. I thought North America. And mind you, Felicia is a teacher too. That Mason Dixon line. You're funny. Okay. Thanks for looking at those. Back to 9th grade for me. All right, cool. Last cloisonne. I promise it's the very last cloisonne. But I often don't see black in cloisonne. So that's what made these a little bit unique. These are post back. You see them there. And they are black with some floral designs there. They're actually pretty nice. They're probably about the size of a nickel. $4 start. I just started the auction. Thanks, Tiffany, for your bid. I love the black. Like, I never see it. And You can get a better look there. They're pretty. I just love the colors in it. It's a nice one. So, and they look in great condition. I'm trying to shut my light off. As you can see on the back, they're like great. A little bit of open work. You can see my hand back there. So those are pretty cool. So thank you, Tiffany, for your bid on that. And now I'm going to bring an Austrian, made in Austria, brooch to you guys. It's a blue one. And if we look really close up, not that you're going to be able to see it very well, but up there by the bar, it does say made in Austria. Okay. Okay. And, oh, I got to do it with the lights because you can appreciate how sparkly it is. But anyways, that is, it's kind of got these little kind of rosettes with some light and dark rhinestones. Prong set, of course, I'm starting the auction now. It was an $8 start on that brooch. Austria, made in Austria. And we've got 10 seconds left. Okay, cool. Thank you for looking at that. Oops. Okay. I have another Austria brooch. This one is really, really beautiful. Very, very sparkly. But it's interesting because it's got, I don't know, I just love how it's so set up. It's got so much dimension to it. But real quick, let me show you. I have it upside down here. But up there on that top bar right there is where it says made in Austria. And this is really beautiful. You can see it there. And I just really love the dimension of how those are brought up so high. Obviously prong set. So I'm going to start the auction now. It had an $11 start. It's really pretty. I must have made that 30-second start accidentally. Normally I do it as a $20 start. Can you rerun the mosaic mandolin? No problem. I'm happy to do that. I can do it right after this. Okay, thanks for looking at that. Let me grab it real quick for you. Where are you? Oh, here you are. Okay. Let me pull him up. And we're going to restart the auction. And whenever you restart an auction, for those of you who are new to selling, what it does is it pushes it all the way up to the very top of the list in your store. And that's where you're going to find it. So I just moved it to stage just now. Yeah, there we go. And I'm going to start the auction now. So it's running. Again, I don't know why I have a 30-second bid time on that. It's really pretty. Honestly, I haven't seen a lot of mandolins. Very nice. You will love that. Enjoy that, Irene. Very nice. Okay, so that's coming your way. Okay. We have some alpaca alpaca Mexican silver. You see, this is where I mix the words wrong. Oh no, these are sterling silver. These don't say alpaca. I have tested these for sterling silver, but they're like a puffy twist back, as you can see, earring, and it actually on the twist part has like this little rubber part. They're nice. I like them. So it's a $10 start on those puffy earrings, silver. Oh, you're welcome. No problem. You're going to love that. It's beautiful. Okay. Very nice. Okay. We got like, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 things left. We're hitting in, we're coming into home plate, everyone. All right, so this is a Taxco, meaning it is 925, and yes, that is a fact. It is highly tarnished, and it does actually say 925 on it. It is, I did not clean off the tarnish, but what you see on the back is it says Taxco Sterling 925 is what it says. And it is a pendant as well as a brooch. And it is abalone inlaid. There are no chips. There's not a thing wrong with it. It's beautiful. Beautiful. So I'm going to start the auction now for this soon to be. Abalone is going to disappear on us soon. Really nice brooch. And there are your marks. We got 10 seconds left. That's a great question. I will do whatever you want. If you buy sterling silver for me and you would like me to clean it for you, I will make it look as perfectly crisp, bright sterling silver as possible. But there's a lot of people in the antique world that don't like to clean their silver, and they like the patina of it. And they actually consider cleaning it, if someone else were to clean it without asking, or, to be like, whoa, don't do that, because sometimes the patina on it shows its age. So people, people just have different opinions. I personally like to clean it for me. But I can't assume, like, I don't know if any of you guys follow Jason Brown. Jason Brown. Yeah. Is that not Jason Brown? He's a figure skater. He's a national champion. Oh my God. It's a late night. What's his last name? Jason from YouTube Jewelry. Why can't I think of his last name? Jason. What's his last name? Where's my brain? You do a soft clean. That's right. I've been hoarding my abalone pieces, I find. I'm afraid to sell them in case they become super valuable. It's possible. That's right. Thank you, Felicia. Jason Adams. But he is, he does not clean his silver. He just doesn't. He likes to wear it tarnished. And so people just have different opinions. So no way is right or wrong. It's just a personal opinion. But that may become very valuable one day. You are correct. Okay. This is, I was wrong. I'm sorry. I lied to you when I said it was the last cloisonne thing. This actually is a little cloisonne lot. And this is a really good deal because it's got 4 things with it. Okay. So you have this really beautiful, really quite big, it's got cloisonne on both sides. So it's like a puffy heart. And it is about 1.5 inches long, and it's on a chain, an 18-inch chain, gold chain, vintage spring ring clasp. Okay, so that comes with it. And then you're also going to get a pin, a butterfly pin. And then you're also going to get a butterfly what do you call these? Stick pin, cloisonne. And then You're also going to get a butterfly, you know, like lapel pin, which I consider that cloisonne also. Some might just consider that enameled, but it's for all of that. And that's a $10 start. And I just started the auction now. So 4 items: pendant with the necklace, the pin, the stick pin, and the lapel pin. Oh, thanks for your bid. Thanks so much, Irene. It's really nice. Especially this is really heavy, significantly heavy. And those are all cute. Oh, that's a really great buy right there with all 4 of them. Yay. I think you're going to love that. So that's going to you. Perfect. Okay. I have a last Damascene little thing to show. And this doesn't say like Spain on the back, so I don't know if that officially means it's not Damascene. I don't know if all Damascene has to say it, but you can see here, it's almost like this plate on the top is held in by, you know, like prongs onto this, you know, whatever that kind of domed. It's a little bit domed. I still consider that Damascene. It doesn't say Spain on it, but it's on a necklace that's 24 inches vintage, and it's a $7 start. It's a pretty neutral Damascene. It doesn't look Spanish. It just looks floral. You can see. It's cute. Okay. Thanks for looking at that. All right. And then I'm bringing to stage this, these are like Turkish coins. I had to look them up. Like when I was kind of digging through my jewelry to try to find things to bring to auction, I came across them and I'm like, okay, well, those will be good. But I didn't know where they were from. So I had to look them up. But they're apparently some vintage Turkish coin drop earrings, you know, whatever. So that's what one side looks like. And then the other side looks like that. And it's a $7 start on those earrings. I don't believe they're sterling or anything. I can't imagine the coin is made of sterling or anything. But they're really pretty. So there's that. Thanks for looking. Oh my goodness, we have 2 things left. Woo, we did good. Okay, so this is really beautiful. This is another West German, and I've never seen a West Germany brooch like that. Those other West Germany brooches that I brought up in the lot earlier, I've seen those filigree style kind of scarf pins quite often. But this is a West Germany mother of pearl and marcasite. You can see it there. Brooch. And it's a brooch. Like I'm not used to seeing that. And right in the center, it says, you're probably not going to be able to read it, of course, but it says West Germany. And it says something above it too. So hold on. It says made in West Germany is what it says. So there's that. Aloha girl. I'm sorry. Heart. Yes, you're welcome. Enjoy that. I think I have a necklace that matched the coin earrings. It's a bib style. Oh, really? That's cool. Yeah, that's cool. I wonder why that just popped up. That's weird. The micro mosaic rectangular. Oh, you must have bid on something. Oh, that's what must have been. You must have. Oh, So let me ask you this. When I have something listed as a buy it now and the auction already ran, oh, I thought it would have automatically paid for the mosaic brooch when you ran the auction? I'm so confused. Oh, because I think my screen's not caught up. The vintage time, like the mandolin brooch. Didn't we run that a while ago? Maybe we didn't. Oh, yeah, it was way up there. Oh, so maybe you had it set up where you pay after. It all went into a cart and I just checked out and paid. Okay. I guess there's different ways to do checkout. Because like when I bid, I think I have it set up so it like automatically pays for it. So, okay, cool. I got it. Anyways, so this is different. Different kind of West Germany thing than I've ever seen. What did she say there? The Peter Paul says, I think I have a necklace that matches those earrings. Okay. You didn't want me to rerun it, did you? I assume you don't. Okay, so I'm going to run this. It's nice. It's a $10 start for that West Germany brooch. Again, it has marcasites along the edge, as you can see there. Mother of pearl. And there's the back and the label or whatever. So there's that. Thanks for taking a look at it. Cool. And then the very last item is a beautiful mauve colored, which now I'm going to be technical. If Felicia is still in the chat, or maybe she's over at YouTube, but she can still comment. Mauve is in fact purple, violet that has a tint added to it to make it lighter. Did I say that right? Because mauve, as she would say, is like a decorator word. Normally it does it automatically. It all went into a cart and I just checked out and paid. You know what it is? It might be possible that when I rerun an auction, it might buy it now. But did I rerun the mosaic? Did you buy the mosaic the first time through that was the rectangular one? Or did I have to rerun that rectangular mosaic? Or did you buy it the first time I ran it? No, it's me and my bank. Okay, normally it does automatically. Okay, I got it. That's cool. Anyways, so I don't know if, nothing to do with me. I don't know if Felicia heard me, but I believe mauve is, it's a tint color of, am I right? Of violet, which purple isn't the right color. Violet is the one that's used on the spectrum. And mauve might be like it's a tertiary color. And tertiary comes from when you add, when you mix a primary and a secondary, or you mix a primary. I'm getting it all wrong. Yes. Okay. Mauve is a tertiary color. Oh, okay. Anyways, beautiful. Cloisonne, hand knotted, beautiful. And this does not need to be restrung. It's perfection. It's got hand knotted with the beautiful clasp there. Nothing wrong with it. It's gorgeous. And there you go. Just stunning. So this is 24 inches long. I don't know if I can double that. Maybe I could try. But there you go. So I'm going to start the auction now. That's actually a really, really good price. I think on my, oh, my throat is killing me. I think on my eBay, I had it listed as like 65 or something. So that's awesome. So happy for Felicia. That's a really great price. And I know she sees that. But this is actually, Felicia, in really great shape. Like it doesn't need to be restrung at all. It's really quite perfect. So you're going to be really happy with that. So anyways, yay. We got to the end. Woohoo. Nice job. So before I get off and say goodbye, I do want to give anyone, woohoo, yay. It probably would have taken an 2 hours less if I didn't talk. And all that. But that's kind of the fun of it. But yeah, thank you so much. But I want to say, Purry, I love it. if there is anything, you can still view in my store things that I've run, but that weren't bought. If there's anything at this point that anyone would like me to rerun, I'll give you just a moment, 2 or 3 minutes to let me know, because I'm happy to run that. I believe Felicia is on this as well, but tomorrow we have the train that is antiques and collectibles for around the world. So we hope that you come and join us for that. I think it starts at 3, but I haven't looked at it. Let me look at my phone. I think I have a picture of it somewhere. Hold on. And I'm sure that Rachel will be adding up whoever spent the most amount of money, who gets the, pendant with the Amazon gift card. So I'm sure she will reach out with that. Gosh, my throat is killing me. I don't understand what's wrong. Sorry, I'm just real quick scrolling because I think I took a screenshot of, here we go. So I think tomorrow we were supposed to start possibly the same time as today, but we may not have had enough people to fill up the train. It starts at 5. That makes sense to me because the 2 first spaces were not full. So that meant instead of a 3 o'clock Eastern, it was a 5 o'clock. And you're doing 6. So go see Pack Rat Queen at 6. And right now I'm on the schedule for 10 Eastern time. But we have a lot of other really great sellers, including Rachel. I can probably tell you. Why is that not letting me look at it? I'm so confused. Oh, there we go. Colleen Brooks Mama is at 5 Eastern time. And then Felicia is at 6 Eastern time. Rachel is at 7 Eastern time. Marissa with Teal Chickadee, who was in here earlier tonight, is at 8 p.m. And then Jen with Hints of Violet is 9 p.m. And then I'm at 10 p.m. with Antiques and Collectibles. If you purchase with me, I will hold on to all your stuff. And I even have my normal Monday night show. I don't always do the train, so I don't always do 4 nights in a row. But boy, oh boy, when I do, it kicks my butt. It is so much work. So by the end, I'm like exhausted. But the reason I'm telling you that is that I'm not shipping anything until Tuesday. So if between now and our Antiques and Collectibles show tomorrow and the show on Monday that's normal jewelry, I will include it all in your oh, my throat hurts. In your progressive shipping. So yeah. And who follows you? Is it Colleen Brooks Mama? Oh, yeah. Of course she does. Yes. Hey guys, so I assume you don't want me to run anything else. And I think it's everyone's bedtime, unless you're on the West Coast where it's only 9 to 10 to 11. Oh my gosh, it's only 9:30 on the West Coast. Crazy. Yeah, but it's bedtime for all the rest of us on the East Coast, which is me. So thanks everyone for coming. I had a great time. Apparently my whole sign is upside down. Okay. And I really had a great time tonight. And thanks for hanging out with us. And thanks to Mel and for Felicia for helping with YouTube. And Felicia for my special gift. I can't wait. My Texco/Mexico alpaca learning book. I can't wait. So, yeehaw. All right, hold on to it and wait till you get it. You don't have to rush to send my book to me. So just whenever that comes. And you never know, I might buy some Antiques and Collectibles from you tomorrow. Okay. Y'all have a great night. Thanks for coming. Bye, everyone. Thanks again for all your bids and support. Take care. Hope you had a good time on the train tonight. Bye.